Alright guys, welcome back for another edition of Nighttime. But before we start, we're all looking pretty cool and trendy. Our latest Smitter Foundation glasses.
They're comfortable, aren't they?
They are good, aren't they? How good are they? Like, all jokes aside, not trying to float my own boat, you know, all about boats, but
Boat rent boy.
yeah, like considering the price of them, $55 with a hard case, a soft case, and a polishing cloth, you can't go wrong. Like, have you all had that other brand without saying the name that are similar? You know the one?
Yeah.
Are they as good, if not better?
These are 10 times better.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I just say something?
Oh, you're gonna anyway.
Yeah, I'm wearing the safety glass ones.
Yes,
so
you
they
are.
come in safety glasses as well.
You are definitely.
Trendy.
And you do look like someone. I just can't pick who it is.
I'll give you a hint.
No.
I play a piano.
Elton John.
Close.
Anyway, yeah, obviously, $55. Hit us up. We've still got about 50 pairs left, and mate, they sound like hotcakes. That's how good they are. So anyway, let's get on with the show, and yeah, joining us on the end there we have Gaz as usual.
How are we?
Good thanks, champion. How are you?
Good.
How'd the Eels go on the weekend?
Good.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, no worries.
The reserve grade.
And they have the beautiful crazy lady. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, great. You live with me. Me. How better can you be? You know, look, boat boy.
Hello, how's everyone?
Are we going to get you a new name for this year, or are you going to stick with the boat boy?
Well, it's up to you guys.
Let's take a vote. Boat boy.
We've got to find a name for...
For Courtney.
Yeah.
We're still throwing that around at the moment.
Well, I can't be the wing lady anymore.
No.
If you want to change it, it's up to you. But
Yeah,
Boat Boy,
right.
I'm happy to stick with that for the time being.
And welcome back again, Courtney.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. And join us in the Smitter Foundation Lounge. One of our good mates and sponsor, Marshy. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, going well. Good to be back.
It's good to have you in, mate.
It's hopefully a big year, and yeah, hope to be well and truly involved in it this year, and looking forward to it. Should be good.
I must, I was going to stitch you up a couple of times, but I can't. End of the day, I want to, but then I think, no, I can't do that to you. You're too good of a bloke. I was going to give you a wooden spoon the whole, for the night because.
I've already copped all that, mate.
Yeah.
The
I've copped
spoon.
that. I've got one up on the wall in my shed. So I've got that a couple of years back, and
We won't be down there.
wear it with pride.
What, the spoon or?
Well, yeah.
Leopard skin G-string.
Parramatta didn't concede 50 points. The Roosters did.
Yeah, I know, but there's no Roosters fan here, so,
We can still rip them off.
but I can't say too much because, we just paid $13 million for a player that,
It's so-so.
anyway, that you didn't want.
Yeah, well, saves our salary cap, doesn't it?
Who's the winners here?
Well, it wasn't helping you, so.
Anyway, let's get straight into it, and time for the NRL news.
Brandon Smith is reportedly set to sign with the Rabbitohs from 2026 onwards, according to David Riccio. He is on his way there.
Could be a good pickup, I think, if he can pull his act together. All these talk around signing this hooker, signing that hooker. Brandon Smith sort of been the forgotten hooker with a lot of the clubs, and to be honest, I think,
He's got a lot of class.
if he can pull his act together, like get him with a coach that won't take any of his crap, mate, tell you what, he can play some ball, and he's a funny guy.
You're right, Wayne Bennett can get the best out of him, can't he?
So, could be a good fit there. But I ask, why didn't someone like the Eels chase him?
There was talk of it, but nothing come of it,
So I mean,
which I thought was a bit strange.
especially when they were going after Brayley at one stage. No offense, Brayley, great player, but he's injury prone.
Yep.
Cheese is a lot, sort of a bit younger, not as many injuries, and probably got a few more years up his sleeve than.
You also got to remember too that Jason Rolls had a bit of time with Smith
Yes.
too, so maybe that might have been the factor. Maybe he didn't want him at the club for some unknown reason.
Well, it's just one of those life mysteries that we'll probably never know. But
Yep.
yeah, it's a good talking point.
I mean, I would have been quite happy for him to put on the blue and gold, but that's not going to happen. I don't think it will happen.
Well, just quickly while on the talk of blue and gold, what the hell is going on with them jerseys?
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Don't you like them?
Oh God,
The entire yellow kit.
Yeah.
The shorts should have been blue or something.
Yep.
Do you not think there's too
I-
much yellow?
Maybe the blue shorts, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Just to break it up a bit,
Used
like-
to the yellow away jersey, yellow or white.
I thought the Wiggles were in town.
A bit more.
Was
Well,
it
they-
supposed to be a retro jersey?
Realistically, they probably were.
Hot potato.
We didn't really perform football.
Well, it's going to happen to all of us. I'm not going to rip too many off.
Just on the jersey front, sorry. What's with the Broncos having a collared shirt? Have I missed
Collared?
something? Yeah.
It's the retro look.
It looks weird.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So-
To be honest, I'll give. Oh no, I've gone away on your news quickly.
Sorry.
But I'll give 2 shout outs here. Canberra, their jersey, that bright green one, and that absolutely superb.
They wore in Vegas.
Yep, and Penrith's Vegas jersey,
Yeah, I
absolutely
liked
phenomenal. And then we go back to the Knights, normal. You know, start thinking outside the square. Let's get some realistically good jerseys.
Yeah, but at least you're not going to go broke buying a jersey. You know how many Penrith jerseys I've been buying because they keep bringing out new ones?
What do you think I'm doing overtime for?
I've got a bit of a collection.
Thank God for Afterpay is all I'm saying. Mitch Moses had scans on his left foot which revealed a bone stress reaction and is expected to miss up to 6 weeks.
That's a big loss.
It's going to
It's a
hurt.
shame for the Eels.
What,
hurt on
him
Sunday.
out or the injury?
Him out. Him out, definitely. But he had that in the off season. Why wasn't arrested? Because that's apparently what all he needed was to foot up and apparently it's got to do with the screw that's holding that fracture together. Is my understanding of it. So apparently the screw's what's causing him the issues. But because it's not hurled, the screw's got to stay in. Why wasn't it rested to hurl?
100%.
Maybe that was his
You
way
know?
of getting out of playing for the Eels.
Probably.
You wouldn't know.
Well, everybody else is
I mean,
getting
if
out
you're
of their
getting paid
contract.
to not work, wouldn't you want to do it? I would. What was that?
I said everybody else is getting out of their contract at the Eels.
No, when you said getting paid not to work, I thought you told Corey.
He doesn't work.
The NRL are reportedly set to make the Super League an offer to acquire a majority stake of the competition. Not surprised.
Interesting. There is some good talent over there, Bob.
I thought our smarts were really, really low. It is hard to separate. We got beaten by 50 points and you are really disappointed, but I thought everybody worked really, really hard for each other. I thought our physicality and effort was really high. I was really proud of them for that. Trent Robinson on the Roosters. Did I catch him smiling? It's not funny when he smiles.
Did I catch him smoking crack? Because seriously, who in their right mind? Oh, we got flogged by 50, but God, guys, you've done a good job.
Really haven't bought anything.
And
have they?
you can't tell me that Spencer I want out is not true.
Yeah.
Okay, when rumours like that happen, they promote you to the leadership group to shut you up. Where is he? He's been promoted to the leadership group. I'm telling you. We might see Spencer back in the black a lot sooner than you think. Hopefully.
Victor Radley's head injury was deemed Category 1. He's set to miss Friday night's clash against the Panthers at minimum.
That was pretty rough contest, I think. That was pretty good. I liked it. I love the old,
Oh, it was really, really physical.
Yeah, it's if it was going to be someone, it was going to be Victor, wasn't
Well, record.
it?
Angus Crichton has been charged with a Grade 1 dangerous contact for his kick pressure and late contact on Ben Hunt and faces a $3,000 fine.
Pocket money.
I don't think there was much in that, to be honest. Like, how could he pull out of that?
Half of them they can't. They can't. The motion's already happened. You can't. Not a frame of that size either. Like you can't just step or get yourself out of the road of half of those contests. Like they're big units.
That was harsh. That was really harsh. I felt like.
Plus your mindset.
Yep.
Like honestly, these people that are making these decisions, have they ever laced on a football boot?
Probably not.
There's the problem. Like, yeah. I don't know. That just does my head in. That.
Can you contain your steam? The Knights' 10-year offer to Dylan Brown at $1.3 million per season also has a clause that will see his contract rise as the NRL salary cap does.
He's not that good of a player.
Is he going
I
to
like
play
the
at
guy,
35?
I ask you this question, okay? This I don't give a shit, eh? Like, seriously, Knights can say what they want. They'll say it how it is, and I don't care who I upset, to be honest. You couldn't offer Leo Thompson what he was worth, right? But now you're going to go and throw $25,000 a week
Yep.
to a player that has not proven to play halfback, and they want him to play halfback.
So what is the salary cap now? 12?
That's a good question.
Yeah, what is the salary cap?
For the
now?
Roosters,
Oh, well, there's no salary cap.
It's come back to, okay, Ponga's going to be on 1.3,
1.3. They're both
and
on
so
1.3.
he's going to be on 1.3. So it's going to be $25,000. Oh, there we go. My status lady. Well done. Kalen Ponga, 1.3 million. Dylan Brown, 1.3 million. Nathan Cleary, 1.2.
Yeah.
So
How's
they're
that
telling
fair?
me that Dylan Brown is better than Nathan Cleary.
Never.
Mitch
I'll tell you-
Moses 1.2.
If
Yeah.
Dylan Brown is better than Nathan Cleary, I'm telling you, me and Marchie will do the wheelbarrow race all the way to Sydney. Because it's absolute.
Hang on a minute.
I really want to see
Who's on the
that.
No,
ground?
I'm pretty safe. I'll be
it's
in the
an
bar.
absolute joke. They couldn't even offer Leo Thompson what he was worth. They denied him for 2 years and lied to him and didn't give it to him. And I don't want to hear this bullshit. Oh, it was the previous member management. You're still at one club. There's still people there that were there before. And now you're going to go and throw $1.3 million at a player to play halfback that can't play halfback. If you're going to throw around $1 million, why didn't we go after Luai?
So my point is, like, if he is that player, why did Parramatta finish where they did last year?
That's right.
With
And
Moses
that's
out.
coming from Parramatta.
So
fan.
he should have filled Moses' boots. If he's as good a player as they're saying he is, well, that's what Newcastle's putting him at. Why didn't he fill that void that Moses, all that injury last season? We went backwards.
Yep.
That was his job. That's what we paid him for. So he was on 1.1 next season or this season at Parramatta.
Something like that.
So that's how his contract worked. And he was on 1.1 million. Buy.
But the thing
Seriously.
is, they're going, oh, him and Ponga will complement themselves. That's fine. And they go, oh, Rome's not built in a day. That's fine. Rome's not built in a day. But you can't build Rome without any money to buy any more.
And that's what I was saying about
half-decent
the salary cap. Like,
right.
So that's a massive chunk of the salary cap in two players.
And you can't offer Leo what he's worth. They lied to him for 2 years and we've lost him, but they want to throw this kind of money at this? Come
Yeah.
on. Like, if love him or hate him, right?
Yep.
I don't care what anyone says. You can have an opinion with me. Jerome Luai can play half and 5'8". He proved that
Proved
last
it,
year with
proved
Cleary.
Yep.
Why didn't we go after him?
His
for-
preferred position is half.
he would have got the halfback job
That's
with
right.
us. We would have got him for $1 million.
He would have been a start-up halfback.
And we would have got him for $1 million. And he brings that Penrith system to Newcastle.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the club is run by a bunch of Muppets.
What, just like Jack Cogger did?
Well, yeah. But
It's
Just
a lot of
saying.
money to be consistent every week.
it is, mate. And I'm telling you,
And that's
it's
his
killing the
issue.
club.
He's not.
But my
He's not
question is-
consistent.
What happens if they're both out injured?
I was just about to say
100%.
that.
And then you got $2.6 million sitting on the
Sitting on the
sideline.
bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's be real, it's going to happen to Ponga because Ponga puts his body on the line a
Yeah.
lot.
He does, yeah.
And
Touch wood, it doesn't.
Dylan doesn't.
and then we're going to have to put Fletcher Sharp back at fullback, which he shouldn't. If he's 5'8", leave him.
Yep.
But they'll put him back, and then we'll put Brown. This is next year. Then we'll put Brown back at 5'8". Then we'll be looking for a halfback again.
Yeah.
Like seriously, the club is run by a bunch of Muppets.
It makes no sense.
Did I read something about a young fella coming through the system at Newcastle? At number
We'll
7?
lose him. You know why?
Well,
got no
you're
money
going
to
to
keep
now.
him.
You're definitely going to now.
I'll tell you what, though, that Fletcher Sharp,
He's a gun.
He's a
got
weapon.
So much potential.
He's amazing.
He's a weapon.
Yeah.
So
And
And
there's
I
a-
don't know.
there's- Sorry, you go.
I don't know why they're not trying to snap him up because I mean he's proved himself last season and again this season. Like you watched the game on the weekend,
Yeah.
and he's in everything. He's just he's
Exactly.
Was
there
it a
and
one-year
he
extension he
plays.
signed?
Yes,
One-year
I think so.
extension.
Yeah,
But
well,
why wouldn't you go for a 3 or 4 year with him?
I mean,
If someone's going to snap him up and it's
he'll be gone.
Yeah,
He'll
and
be
we're
gone
gonna
'cause
lose him.
Haven't got the money now.
Okay, I'll
the
throw another
Roosters.
one at you too. I'll throw another one at you. We have a very, very exciting young prospect of a kid named Will Price.
Yep.
He's got a little bit of work to do on his defence thing. He played out of his skin again last week in Cup.
Yep.
Adam O'Brien won't give him a run in first grade. We're going to lose him, and I tell you what, he'll go to a club like, not Parramatta, he'll go to a club like the Roosters or even somewhere like Penrith that might gel him into a player like Luai.
I'd be surprised if he ends up at Melbourne then, because that's what they do.
100%.
They
And I
buy
tell you
him
what, this
cheap and
kid,
turn him into gun players.
he can kick goals from anywhere as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to lose that kid. So why didn't we just go, okay, we've got Fletcher at 5'8", gun. We've got Ponga. Let's blood.
And Best as well.
Yeah, but blood, Price, and Gamble. Leave them at halves for now. And blood, Price for our future.
Yep.
And then we needed a good 13 because we let Kurt Mann go.
Yep.
So,
I told you to contain your steam.
oh, I need a beer.
I can see it coming out of this here.
But I just
Me
don't
too.
get, like, what they see in this. Okay, you can have the two best players in the world, 100% you can. But you take Penrith's players out of them and just leave Cleary with a bunch of mediocres, even Cleary's going to struggle.
Yep.
100%.
You need a decent engine room, and I tell you what, we're losing it.
Yeah.
And if we don't look after our players we got now, which I'll get into later, because I'll tell you what, one's really got me going. We're going to lose good players too, but I'll get into that later.
And we're going to be down the bottom with Parramatta next year.
Oh, not
Whoa,
that low.
look out. That's a bit harsh.
Next.
Before you go, just on all that, I said it every time, even last year.
10 years.
Exactly. Make it 2 years, don't perform. Like he gets in there, he got the money. What happens if he doesn't perform? He hasn't been performing for us.
I don't need that contract. I performed, don't I, bro?
10 years is a long time.
Yep.
That's a long time. Even to sign that kind of
Didn't
thing.
Tom Malolo get
crazy.
10 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Tom
didn't
Malolo got 10 and Cherry Evans
what
got
did
10.
you say?
But
Nothing.
Cherry Evans, I think, has still got another 4 seasons in him yet.
No, there's rumour that this could be his last.
Well, he's fit enough. He's playing the best football of his career, even when they signed him for that 10 years.
But have you
Yes.
noticed? The old fellas are playing their best footy. Tyson Frizzell, Dane Gagai.
Yep.
Wait, is this Cherry Evans' 10th year?
I think he's up to about 9.
Far out. That's
That
Yeah,
gone
it's
quick.
been it's been a long
Since
time.
he did the backflip. No,
What
he
is he?
signed and
30,
Then went back.
34, is he?
Oh,
I think he's 34 now, 35.
couple more grey hairs.
But Johnsy actually come out and said he's never been injured.
He's getting
He's
more
never
and
had
more
massive
aggressive
injury.
each
Now.
game, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, put them all on him. But no, he's never been majorly
He
injured.
stretches well. Well, his neck doesn't.
Yeah, well, his neck does. The old giraffe.
Neck minute.
Yeah.
at least he can bath himself.
Okay, next.
I know a cat that can.
The Dragons, Bulldogs, Cowboys, and Storm are all favourites to feature in the 2026 Las Vegas season opener at this stage. I don't think Storm will want to go.
Let's say again.
Bulldogs, Dragons, Cowboys, and Storm.
So the Knights are not in it.
Because it was Knights and
Because the
Parramatta
Knights
once,
were over there last.
last week, the week before.
Yeah, last
What
week.
can I say? We've probably that up too.
Zip that bit out.
Yep.
Oh dear.
The steam's happening.
Where's the lie, though?
Beep. Katoni,
Where's the lie?
Katoni Staggs admits he is giving no thought to the possibility of leaving the Broncos as his management continue extension negotiations with the club. This is where I want to be. I love the club, he said.
Throw 1.3 and see if he still loves the
Yeah.
club.
He's putting his left foot forward, best foot forward.
Channel 7 are reportedly set to launch an NRL show this year as a trial, whilst they weigh up bidding for the NRL's broadcast rights. It's understood Dannon Kemp, Corey Parker and Willie Mason are all being considered for the show.
Denham Kemp would do a good job.
Yeah,
I like Denham
he's-
Kemp.
I like Denham Kemp. He's
I-
pretty on point with everything.
And
tell
he's
you-
not biased. He loves
Nah.
his Broncos, but he's totally not
I
biased.
tell you, okay, if I was the boss of Channel 7, I'd knock on the door of James Grove.
Yep.
I'd knock on the door of Brave Nasta. I know he's with NRL 360. And I knock on the door of Denham Kemp and I say, what's it going to take?
Yeah.
And I get them free. But if I'm going to go to a little bit of a funny side too, I also knock on the door of Fletch and Hindy. I mean, depends what kind of
Maybe they've already signed
panel.
contracts.
contracts don't mean shit these days, do they?
Apparently not.
I was waiting for
but
it.
those three,
Yeah.
know what they're talking about, and they're not biased.
Like I say, I'm a big fan of Denham Kemp. He's very, very switched on bloke.
Yeah.
He's very down to earth and very humble too. Considering what he's built up with that bloke in a bar,
Yes.
he's built that from nothing himself. So, but yeah, he's very smart, league wise.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think and James Graham is like you listen to him on the radio on that. He's always got his opinion, but his opinion's always fair.
And 9 times out of 10, he's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one's pretty exciting. Fox Sports and the Panthers are putting the final touches on a documentary based on their Las Vegas trip. Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Yeo, and Dylan Edwards were all mic'd up for their game against the Sharks and will feature in the doco.
100%. I tell you what, it needs to be more of it. What was it? Tiger Town?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There needs to be more of that on every club. I'm not sure what you do about the Eels. Or
They're too busy trying to grab air into their lungs.
But imagine them being mic'd up on the weekend.
No,
you
that's
would have
right.
had some interesting stuff
no
going
matter,
on.
no, like I might take the piss out of Gaz and that, like just mucking around, we're all mates. But every club would be interesting to see, to be honest.
Yeah, it would.
I'd love to see a camera in the Knights Club and nothing edited.
Good luck.
Might be adults only though.
You know what I mean? Like, it's good
Andrew
to see what
Headinghouse
goes
is
on.
not there, so it's all right.
But it should be more of it. And I'll tell you what, hats off to the Panthers because they do a lot of this, and it gives the fans an insight, and it's interesting.
Yep.
Do the drag queen?
What's that?
Have you been asleep?
No, I don't think they do any ads or anything like that. I've never seen them being mic'd up. But-
Just quickly though, I watched something with James Graham the other day. I think it was James Graham. They were talking about the Panthers, and when we played the Sharks in Vegas, Ivan Cleary studies the other team's players while they're playing, and he'll target the ones that are injured. He'll say, "Look, say Britton Nakora hasn't been playing very well. Go down that side." Like he'll get the message down there, and he's just got the smart footy brain.
What it was is where Isaiah Yeo ran over the top of
Oh, that's it.
from the Warriors, Aiden Fanua-Blake.
Yep.
Whoever was on the inside sort of took off sideways. Cleary seen that, and it looked like Cleary didn't know what he was doing. But it was a play. Cleary sort of ran towards him without the ball, and opened the gap for Isaiah Yeo to go straight through. So it was a planned move, but to the eye of us looking from TV, it looked like a play got wrong, but it was actually a studied play that they'd made and targeted when that happened. So that's why half the success of, I think they're winning, because they sit there and they study the opposition they're coming up against every week.
Yep.
And yeah,
They can't do it against the Eels. It was that boring, they'd put them to sleep. They wouldn't know what we're doing.
This is
Mate,
why
I'm not saying
you're
anything.
still there to make up the
I'm not
comp.
rubbing
Like,
salt in your wound.
every club goes through it, mate. Like we've been through it. The
since
Drag Queens have
86, I
just
think,
been
for us.
through it. We all do it.
We were through
86.
it together, fighting it out for the spoon
Yes,
2015.
we did. We had the spoon bowl.
That was actually a good game.
I couldn't even win
enjoyed
that.
No, you did.
That's right. We
You
did
won
too.
the spoon, thank
I
you.
got the spoon
I've got pictures to prove it.
at the game and at home.
Anyway, the Tigers are continuing to work through a medical retirement plan for Justin Olam.
Oh.
He has undergone testing with the NRL this week. $1 million over this year and next year will be spared if the club is successful. And we all know where that's going.
Oh yes, and I tell you what, I wish the Panthers, they shouldn't have got rid of him because they would have had him back in the ranks this weekend. What's his name?
Taylor May.
Taylor May.
I just don't think the May brothers are not the smartest. Yeah.
I'd
We're
have
good
him.
without
I would
them.
have him in a heartbeat. Imagine Bradman Best and Taylor May centre combination.
Yeah,
Hold my beer.
I think they go all right.
And then Greg Margie on one side.
Well, his charges were dropped because she didn't show up to court.
Now, what does that tell you?
She got paid off and she's got in a new house.
Yep.
Well, she might be
Driving a
scared.
Mercedes Benz.
Or it didn't happen. So my point is, I do not condone domestic violence one little bit. If that happens and I was seen a part of it, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near me because it does not happen. But my point is, in some cases, I'm not saying all, Some cases are storytelling. Was this a case of storytelling because of who he is?
Only 2 people know the truth.
That's right. So I think they needed to come to the truth of it and find out where it was. And if he was guilty, see you later, gone.
Yeah.
But if it was a bullshit made up story, whoever made the story up should have been held accountable. Because, that's half the issue with the DV these times. And yeah, that's got to stop. To be honest, like, we're going in too much. Someone that's pretty close to me went through it, and
Yep.
yeah, it's a terrible thing. So anyway,
Australian Kangaroos players are no longer paid $20,000 per test match. That number has reduced to $3,000 and was player driven as they wanted to help grow the sport internationally.
I'm sorry, but if my boss come to me and said, "I'm going to dock your," because we want to send it internationally, I'd laugh in his face, wouldn't you? That's a lot of money.
It's a lot
I
of
don't.
money. But if it's player driven, those blokes they're all on $800,000 a
that's
year
a-
anyhow.
But that's a
You
lot
know,
of
what's
money.
17,000 to 800,000 in the big scheme of it? If if it is player driven, that money should go into the international game.
Or
As
the
far as I'm
grassroots.
concerned,
I'll tell you where it should go. The bloody Smith Foundation.
Say no
why
more.
not?
But that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but like I say, these guys are on big dollars
Hmm.
anyhow. It's sort of, if it went back into the league some way, would probably be a better
As long as
outcome
it's
for
back
it, I
into
think.
the league, not going into Mr. Wubby League and everyone else's pockets.
Yep.
That's where I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's reported the Dragons are now refusing to pay Francis Molo. I'm not sure how dragging this on is in Frank's best interests, and there seems to be no urgency from their end to get this resolved, says Molo's manager Wade Rushton.
Just get it over and done with. He won't turn up the train. He's got no leg to stand on.
Latest I heard, Milo at the Roosters.
Anyone else?
Big
But if he's
sombrero.
not turning up the train, and I'm sorry, that's a breach of contract. Rip it
Yep.
up. See you later. Sign David Clemmer. Happy days. Because that's who they're waiting to sign.
Okay.
Yeah, they're also waiting for Michaeli Ravalava to go to South as well to get some extra money to,
What do you like? Ravioli?
ravioli. Yeah.
Three times a week.
Scans have confirmed Ryan Couchman has suffered an ACL injury. He will undergo surgery and miss the entire season.
Yeah,
Good player.
that's
Lucky.
pretty.
Hurts.
Both Couchmans are actually on the rise. I like them, but yeah, it was disappointing.
That's round one. You'd sit there, okay, you've just done your ACL round one, you go, and I just did all that hard pre-season training for what? For one game.
Yep.
Considering we're light on middles, so
Well, this is
There's
where
the
will
Clemmer
come
comes in, yeah.
handy. Okay, another thing too. Raymond Fatua Mariner. Not get much of a rub at the green, is he?
no.
Anyway,
Jordan Miller was sacked by the Tigers for arriving late to training earlier this year. He says he was forced to assist police with a domestic violence matter not relating to himself, and now he's suing the club.
well, if he's got a police report that says yes, he was, I don't
Good on
think the
him.
club has got anything to stand on.
Yep.
I mean, I like the Tigers. I hope they go well, but there's a few things there I'm not really.
Happy with.
Yeah, I think the way Benji Marshall's treating some of the players too is a little bit. I've swore once, I won't swear again. Especially the way he's treating David Clemmer.
Yep.
I just think, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's just it's not right. Like they want player loyalty. Why not have coach and club loyalty as well and look after the player until another club signs him at least? He was in the 17 to play not last week, the week before in the trial. 2 minutes before kickoff, Benji scrubbed him out. Said, "No, you're not playing. You're not playing again for the Tigers." So he's doing stuff with the West club, but he's not allowed to play.
He didn't play for him last week either, Clemmer. The West.
Go figure.
Yeah, righto.
I'd sue him too. How's that justifiable? Like, if the police, I've been in a situation where I've had to stay somewhere and the police don't let you leave because you've got to
Yep.
be a witness. Like, it's
It's not his
It's not
fault.
a real
no,
smart
it's not
call.
his fault at all.
Not a real smart call
It's
at
wrong.
all.
No.
Wrong.
Anyway,
Scans have confirmed Tyrone Munro fractured his collarbone and is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks.
Very tough. Good player, like him.
A lot of injuries already.
Jack,
Did he do that last year as well? last
He
season.
did something.
I think he done his shoulder last season,
Maybe it might be time for a reconstruction early.
possibly.
Jack Whiten has been suspended for 1 game for a grade 2 careless high tackle. The Titans have been forced to move their training to Sydney this week as their facility in Parkwood is completely underwater and almost above the goalposts.
It's an aquarium
Did you
down
see
there at
it?
the moment.
Did
I
you see that?
I did.
No, I didn't.
I don't know why they just can't do aqua training. Oh, poor buggers, it was. That's
Yeah,
not going to
it's
be
bad.
playable for a long time.
I'm pretty
mate.
sure it's not the first time they've had to travel down to Sydney because they've been the ground's been underwater.
Yeah, wasn't there someone last year swimming? And with snorkel on, saying they're doing training, wasn't there?
Not a canoe or something, was that?
Same deal? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, but thank God no one was really hurt in all that weather last week. So,
The Raiders have officially signed Jaden Brayley from 2026 onwards.
well, there goes a little bit of money for us. Another 7 players to go.
The NRL Integrity Unit is investigating a complaint from referee Mitch James that Mick Politis and Mark Boris abused him following a match he officiated in Las Vegas. Nick Politis does not deny approaching the referee. He says it's disappointing this has been raised given how much the Roosters have supported the Las Vegas venture. When you see poor refereeing, the penalties were 8-0 against us. It is very hard not to say something, Politis said. Mark Boris also confirmed he had words with the referee but denies it was threatening or abusive. We did go over and say that I had seen a lot of football and that refereeing was disgraceful. Nick said something similar, Mark said.
Doesn't matter.
So what reason? What gives them the right to approach the referee?
Exactly.
Why can't you go do it?
That's right. If I did that from
because
the
you don't
fence,
have a bank balance like that?
and that's exactly what it is. It's the bank balance.
I
So
guarantee
You've
that
got no right to do it.
No, but I guarantee not much gets done of it because Politis and Boris going, how much are going to cost us?
Yeah. I mean, the fines, if they get fines, and all your coaches get them for speaking out, and whether it's, you've only got to really disagree with the referees, and they get fined.
Okay, you're there at the game on the weekend.
Yep,
You abuse the referee. They kick you out.
yep,
They ban you.
yep.
So why can't they?
That's right, because they got money. That's basically all it is.
I've got no money, but I've got plenty of sense.
1 to 2 cent pieces.
Well,
Why was it 8-0?
Even calling them.
Why was it 8-0, the penalties? They're worried about that.
Poor discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
even-
why are they worried about that when they should have been worried about the poor discipline?
But they shouldn't have been allowed to approach him in the
Yeah.
first place. No one else is.
Even calling the referee disgraceful is still a put down.
Well, that's right. Well, wasn't there a coach not long ago said, I feel, or in my opinion, that something wasn't right, and he got fined.
Yeah,
So what's this? I'm sorry, he's the boss of the Roosters,
yep,
and Mark Boris he's got something to do with the board. So they're an official of the club.
yep.
They need to be held accountable.
That's right.
Unless
That's right.
Boris donates a hefty cheque to the Smither Foundation, then he can get away with it.
Does the money come out of the Roosters or out of his pocket if he gets fined?
Well,
Roosters?
the Roosters are out of his and his pockets. Out of Politis and Boris, that's where the money comes from. Like, all this, people can say it and deny it all they want, but all them brown paper bags that get put under the table is from them pair.
Yep.
So, I mean, Mark Boris, you've got a good company. Mortgage, is it still? Is he still the mortgage?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he was. I think he.
I'll tell you what, mate, I'll shut my mouth if you sponsor us. So,
Otherwise, I'll keep bagging you.
yeah, keep bagging, yeah.
The Raiders have reportedly been negotiating a deal with Jaden Brayley in secret. Okay, that's old news. And are in the final stages. Obviously, they've signed him.
Got that one back to front of the
Just
pages.
2 seconds without going any further. How many? This doesn't sound right, but how many hookers are they going to have at Canberra?
They've had a
Or
few-
Depends what street you're going up.
No, I don't.
Oh.
No. Only trannies.
Anyway, well, they've got Benny Levi. They've got
Is he still playing?
Zach, is
Yep.
it Wolford? Or is he
Zach
still
Wolford's there.
Jaden Brayley now.
The little dude from the Knights.
Oh, yeah, Starling.
Tommy
Starling,
Starling.
yeah.
And there's one other one now, Brayley. They've got 5 hookers.
and not to mention they pinch a lot of people off the Knights too.
Yeah, well.
You got one. What's his name? The little dude on the side?
Oh, Tyson Gamble's love child.
What's pronounce his name?
Come from Canberra. Oh, what's his name?
I've had a mental blank.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
on one too.
Played on the wing. Plays on the wing.
Schiller.
For Schiller.
Schiller, that's
Yeah,
it.
right.
As if he doesn't look like Tyson Gamble's love child.
Who's the mother or the father?
Anyway, shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Gamble, probably watching. But,
Buzz Rothfield believes the Roosters need to get Jared Warrior-Hargraves back to the club for them to improve in 2025. I reckon they should bring Jared back. They should buy out his contract at Hull, said Buzz.
no way in the world. I follow Hull because of a good friend of ours, Jesse Sue. And Jesse Sue and Hargraves, they're killing it together.
Yeah, he's enjoying his football over there, isn't he?
I don't think he would come back, to be honest. Like, they are killing it over there. Jesse Sue and Hargraves,
Yep.
they're like the
Two peas in a pod.
they're like the Bash brothers over there of like Penrith were. Hargraves and Sue, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Sue's winning 3 points, like in the Man of Steel awards all the time. Good on him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think they'd get him. Yeah.
Multiple Super League clubs are reportedly interested in signing Michael Molo, and it is understood the Dragons will consider releasing him immediately due to the situation with his brother Francis at their club.
Fair enough.
Let him
Mike
work
was being very, very quiet in this whole situation too. We haven't heard nothing out of it.
it. I suppose you can't really say
Something,
much,
but-
otherwise it's his contract that goes
Yeah.
as well.
The Panthers have reportedly upgraded Thomas Jenkins to a development deal. He was originally signed to the Ron Massey 3rd Division feeder club.
Apparently impressed that much coming back from Newcastle. They had no choice but to put him up there. And then he come in and played with, I call them the Junior Pussies, Junior Panthers, when they beat Manly and played a stellar game. You can take a boy out of one club and he'll play garbage. You take him back to that club, plays like a case of there and then. And I think this is the same with Jack Cogger. I don't think Jack Cogger should have left Penrith. He probably should have stayed at Penrith, and that's where his best football is, at Penrith. He's suited to that system. He's not suited to the Knights. And I think that's the same with Thomas Jenkins.
And lastly, Jason Riles concedes his new program will take some time to implement at the Eels and insists it wasn't all doom and gloom in their loss to the Storm. There was some, I dare say, positives to come out of the game, he said.
Well, one of them was-
Marchie, where was the positive?
Probably the drinks after the game, I'd say.
I'm going to
Seriously,
say one.
I mean, the second half they did step up a little bit in the second half. I think they just got blown out of the water.
There was
Straight
a
up.
couple. There's a
Straight
couple of
up.
good.
Melbourne were on fire. You know, they come out, they bashed us from the get go. Our possession rate was shocking, and they got on top of us early, and that was basically the end of it.
You're still missing a few players, but
It was tackling practice.
Not a lot.
what about Lane?
Yeah, I was going to say the one.
Lane's back this week.
I like him.
He's back this week. They've made a couple of changes. They've got another couple of debutants. I think it is going to be a work in progress sort of thing, but we've been hearing that for 37 years.
The fullback
Really?
goes all right.
Hey?
Fullback went well.
Yeah, Longy.
Yeah.
He
Is that the
goes,
Penrith boy?
Yeah,
yeah,
he got a
he
couple of
goes
tries.
really well. The fullback future is pretty bright. With
I think Lane will add a little bit extra.
Lane needs to step up a little bit.
With Hopgood.
He did late last year. We didn't have Hopgood for most of the season last year.
He's a talent.
He is an absolute weapon. He tackles. He runs the ball hard.
I
He's
hate
got
to
a good
say it,
offload.
I said it before he even left Penrith, didn't I? I said, you watch this kid coming through at Penrith, he's going to be a gun. Did I not? Yes, thank you very much.
When does that car come back?
He's still trying to find the white line.
So was Lane.
Looking for his phone charger.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he's back. I actually haven't had
Well,
a look into
there's
that.
another thing that will add a little bit more to, a
Yeah.
couple of players like that.
I think Parramatta's gone to what Canterbury did last year with the forward pack. They've gone to a small mobile pack.
But that's the way the game's sort of
And
going
but
to
they
an extent.
they got smashed out of the game. You know, the forwards really didn't step up, did they? I mean,
I mean, you still got over your boppers, but it's sort of...
you still need one or two.
Jackson Bolo has reduced a bit of weight.
Yeah, he's lost 8 kilos in the off season, and that's on the back of 6 kilos last year.
Bloody hell.
So he dropped 6 kilos to go into
15
last
15
season.
kilos he's dropping.
Yeah, so he's dropped 15 kilos in 2 seasons.
it's like a different man.
He is, but I don't think he's better for it. I think he would have been better off keeping a bit of size on him.
You see, I've put it on. I'm not better for it, but
They had a bit of heat down there in Melbourne on Sunday too. Do you think that may have been a bit of a factor?
But if you've got a small pack, it shouldn't be.
Do you have a
Should
I was
it?
going to say,
Small
you'd be used to that, wouldn't you? Having a small pack.
Oh, usually
I knew that was
only at
coming.
Henny
lunch
Penny.
bag?
Only at Henny Penny.
Anyway, is that the NRL news?
Yes.
We're going to take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. Before we go, where's my steam? I forgot to mention, NRL News is brought to you by Hip Pocket Workwear, which we are also launching a new giveaway.
Good.
Which will come up in the next couple of days. It's Hip Pocket Workwear Workplace of the Week. And nominate your workplace. There'll be one winner each week. You go in the draw at the end of the year, you'll get a $500 Hip Pocket Workwear voucher. Plus, if you're in the area, you'll get lunch supply for your workplace from Next Level Takeaway as well. If you're outside the area, say you're outside of, you enter from Queensland or whatever, we'll give you the funds in, and they can buy lunch from up
credit.
there. So keep an eye out for that. And time for Gaz Bag, which is brought to you by Next Level Takeaway.
Goes bag. Where do you see Tyler May signing now that his charges have been dropped?
Tigers.
Is that another brother, Tylen? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Tigers. I think the writing's on the wall.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, the brother even let the cat out the bag before any of this. He said,
Terrell
"Oh,
wants
yeah."
to play with him.
And with Olam medically retiring,
Yeah.
Yeah, Tigers. I wish it was at Knights, but
Throw some money at him. Apparently they got
we
plenty.
ain't
We
got
don't
any.
any
Not much
more?
left
does that,
now.
does that mean they'll bring what's his name back from Catalans?
Yes, probably. Or Mitch
Taylor? Is it
Taylor.
Taylor? What's
There's
his
Talon,
Tyrone?
Tyrone,
Yeah,
and Terrell.
Terrell. Yeah.
Tyrell.
Terrell the Feral.
Maybe the Knights need to get a big sombrero.
Oh, we're going to need
They
it.
already
That's
had
the
that.
two
They
players.
already had that with Tinkler.
Yeah.
How good that go?
Yeah.
Were the Storm good or were the Eels bad?
Bit of both.
Bit of column A, bit of column B for sure.
I think the first 20 minutes from the Storm was pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rolled us from the get-go.
But you did do some good in the second half. Like,
Second
you
half
know.
wasn't too bad,
Second
but
half
did
they
they shut
come
up?
back.
Did they shut up shop,
No.
Melbourne?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't
I
think
think
so.
I
They
think Rolls.
rested some players.
I think Rolls just turned around and said it is what it is in that first half. Just go out there and
Do what you got to do.
it's
No.
a second. It's a different half.
Games like that are boring. And I put that in my game thread, and then you had a lot of people go, no, it's funny. I'm like, no, it's boring. Like, watching someone get flogged is
It
boring.
was like the women's game over there in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
That was as boring as batshit, to be honest.
There's
Like,
no fight.
Yep.
No. And, yeah, I don't think Parramatta can play that badly again, which is a good
Yeah.
thing for you guys. That's only upwards from here, so.
Hold my hat.
I was at
That's
a.
all I'm going to say.
I was,
I think there's a few more to come yet.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I can't wait
dunno.
to see him play the Roosters.
the
That should be interesting because I see the Roosters this year as a bottom four side, personally.
You know what about that? Roosters bottom four. Can't buy yourself a premiership, can you, Uncle Nick? Anyway.
On
Ask
the
the Bulldogs.
on the back of that the Storm game, I was a little bit disappointed to see how I was interested to see how they'd go the Eels with Lomax and didn't perform.
No.
It didn't perform at all.
Because he's not a winger.
He is.
He
Wasn't he a
we
winger in the
should be
Dragons?
playing.
should
Yeah,
be
he was, but
playing
he should be
wing, but he's
playing wing.
centre.
Oh yeah,
But he's
yeah.
gone back to play centre because he wants more money.
But he
But-
didn't perform, and it was really disappointing to see because I really
I agree.
my husband follows the Dragons, so like obviously
we won't hold that
Poor
against him.
bloke.
yeah I know. Poor bugger.
Poor bastard.
Got a Knights supporter and a Dragons in the same house.
Poor bugger.
it was real. Like last year, he was just such a name. Like every game, it was Lomax,
Yeah, he
Lomax,
played well.
Lomax.
Oh, yeah.
We played drinking games. Every time you heard Lomax, we took a shot. We were wasted by the second half.
Isn't that why, one of the reasons Lomax left to play in his preferred position?
Yeah.
I think so, but
And he's woeful.
preferred, but not
Okay,
great.
I'm Lomax.
But-
I'm sorry. I'm.
He's outside Brown.
Yeah.
Say
I'll leave
no more.
that there.
Are you watching this, Bradman? Are you watching this, Bradman? But okay, I'm Riles. I give him 2 weeks. You don't perform, he's back to wing. If you don't like it, there's the door.
Yeah.
He's a great winger. He really is. He's
He
always
is a good
there.
winger. Like, yeah,
He's-
that is his position. But
Yeah.
like you say, I mean, how many backs have Parramatta got?
Yeah.
You know, we've got backs left, right, and centre. We've got that many blokes that could be playing anywhere in the back line.
Yeah.
Is it a case of
it's-
maybe even pushing him up in the forwards as a lock?
I was actually thinking he'd probably be about a number 14. Maybe.
A lot of money for a 14.
Oh, yeah, I
but,
know, but,
I get what you're saying,
you
but
know, like, because he's got that. He can play. I reckon he could play just about anywhere on the field.
a
He's
bit of a
great,
Kurt Man role.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a great player and he's got huge potential. He
He
just
needs to
in
listen.
the wrong spot.
He
Yeah.
needs to listen to the coach.
But
to be
he's
honest.
also come into a side that he's never played with as well. So
Yeah.
that may. I know he's had his trial matches and he trains with him and everything.
Give him a
like
couple
that.
of weeks.
But a couple of weeks,
See
you
how we go.
may see a different
All right,
side of him.
We'll put it this way. The next show you're on,
Yep.
we'll ask you again.
Righto.
And, see, and you can. We'll give you see what you
Yep.
thought of the change.
Yep. No dramas.
How good was he in the Origin?
Yeah, great.
He was
Mitch-
brilliant.
And that's
Mitch
where
Moses.
you'll
With Mitch
probably end
Moses.
up playing
Yeah.
for New South Wales this year.
So
Win,
that's the other
so-
thing too. Like you just said, like I was pretty excited because he was going to play with Mitch Moses, and you watch the Origin, you watch the Australian Test matches.
They
That
played well.
combination they had,
Yeah, Sean.
it stood out. It stood out. Like Moses was putting it on a dime for him to score, take the ball in the air. Like everything Moses did worked around Lomax. Everything Lomax did come off Moses. It was just
It also happened in Origin too last year
Yeah.
as well.
Do we need to wait a few weeks till Moses comes back? Things might change.
so. That's the thing.
Maybe-
like, they're
Maybe
saying
he
6
needs
weeks.
a decent half.
Yeah, could be. They're
Oh,
saying
might be
6
Mr.
weeks, but
Brown.
He
I'm
can-
not holding my breath.
He can kick a goal though, Lomax. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
can.
You
yeah,
don't
we've got to
need
go
dog,
back up on
wouldn't
that.
The bees dog.
And last year, any game I remember watching of Lomax, it wasn't a bad one. He was
Yeah.
always
Yeah, he was.
performing consistently, and like I don't even think he had an injury last year either, did he? He didn't come off with
I
it.
don't think he did. No.
Oh,
No,
he played well.
just brilliant, and that's
Yep.
why when I was a bit shattered that he went to the Eels, but
I bet you blokes won't.
So
But
it's
no,
He's
I'm
like-
excited to have him there. I think he's going to be a great game.
it was such a letdown on the weekend. I was like,
like I
what's
say,
going on?
he's working off Moses. He worked
Yeah.
off Moses every game. Him and Moses play together. He worked
There you
off
go.
Moses perfect.
You've hit the nail on the head. You need a decent halfback.
Yeah,
And Brown is not your halfback.
he had his opportunity last year to prove that.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on, guys. I don't really want to talk about Brown.
Just before we go any further, I went to a concert on Saturday, so I only seen a bit of it on the big screen, and I wore my best Knights Parramatta shirt. From the time I walked in the door, condolences, mate.
Concert.
wait.
Concert.
wait.
Was that in a street?
Hang on.
Was
you-
it an
you
80s
said you
concert?
went- You said you went on Saturday night.
Yes.
And you saw a bit of it on the big
Sunday,
screen.
sorry.
I was going to say, hang on, what's going on there?
Was that in a
Yes.
street?
Pretty
With
sure I
a lot
watched
of
it on Saturday.
floats and things?
No, not
I was
that
going to
one.
say,
That was-
Gary, I didn't see it Slipknot.
Was that the week before?
It was down in Toronto. It was shocking too. Anyway, I'm walking through the crowd. Condolences, mate. Geez, you're a brave man. I said, I'm wearing it for a bit, okay? Just to shut them up. But I watched the bit that I seen. It was a bit of luck. The storm just ran over them, full stop. But they had some luck. The ball had bounced. And instead of just sort of roll along the ground, it would bounce up into someone's hands, Harry Grant's or something. And our dummy half threw the ball and it went to nobody. And Longy stood there, went less about 2 seconds. I think it's Keeney. Wow!
I
Scored 90 metres.
just got to ask a quick question here too, while you remind me. They're top 10 players of the era at the moment. Excuse me. I think it was number 3. Harry Grant came in at number 3. Was that correct? Was it 3?
Yeah,
Something like that.
What a load of
It's
horseshit.
a big call.
He's good, but
Who
he's
brought that
not.
up?
Not the.
Who made that list?
It was on Fox Sport. I'll find it, and
It's-
yeah,
it was
I'm
a-
sure it was
it's a
number
little
3.
list.
Come on. I think
Yeah,
Cleary was 2. And was it Reece Walsh number 1?
wasn't Cleary down lower?
What's this for again?
Reece Walsh at
Well, for the
number
best
one.
players.
Yeah, at top
Yeah, it was
10
on,
players.
Cleary
how
was
does-
number 1 last
Facebook
year.
as well.
Yeah, but he wasn't this year.
Yeah,
Really?
he was further down.
How does,
Holloway was 10.
how does Reece Walsh get on in front of Cleary?
Because he's got
We'll have to
nice
find it and have
eyebrows.
it for next week.
Or was it a different list? Was it who,
Oh, I don't know.
who takes more
I just
falls?
browsed through it and I'll have to check
Speaking
it
of eyebrows, I channeled my inner Reece Walsh this week and I painted some on. Because I've got none. And now you can't unsee it because it's really
Do you
dark.
want some of mine? Because I've got caterpillars.
Oh,
Anyway,
Okay,
moving on.
number 3. This is from Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Will tall players be rubbed out of the game for their inability to tackle low enough to avoid high shots? No.
My name is Jan.
Nelson the Soccer Solomona.
Sean Lane. There's another one.
Yeah.
Dally Terry Evans.
No, that's just his name.
Giraffe.
Yeah, I do understand what Jeff's saying because sometimes, like, if you're a tall player and you're about to hit him, and then sometimes they ban the other player, you're screwed. And a lot of it's got to go back on to the attacking player.
yeah.
You know, if they're ducking into it, well, come on.
For example, what about, again, with the Storm game at the end there,
Okay.
Pappenhausen, when he got that...
Okay, that's what caught my eye.
We'll move on to that a bit later.
But the speed of the game too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
I
go
mean,
back
you're
to
always
that.
going to get players slipping forward. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
But it's common sense. The judiciary's got to go, look, well, he fell into that. It's not, you know.
So
not-
when did that all change, though? Why did it all change? Like, how long
because you've
ago?
got Muppets running the club, running the show.
The show, yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Margie, you got to quit the bathroom game, mate. I'm going to put you in charge of the referees coordination.
Nah.
All those
That's
in
a
favour?
solid no. Straight up, he said no.
When they've done
It's
that
easy.
rubbish.
You can't do any worse.
He
No,
always
well.
looks like Greg McCullum's brother.
I don't know.
Remember a former referee back in the 80s?
Yeah, I remember
No.
Greg
Well, I know the
McCallum.
name, but
He had the big beard.
Yeah.
oh yeah. No, that's
Some
a
of
bit
us aren't that
longer.
old, Corey.
Huh?
Some of us aren't that old.
No, he looks more like ZZ Top.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's at the top. Yeah.
Calendar.
Anyway, moving on.
Just before the head highs, Suwali and Reece Walsh.
Oh yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
You know, he was in midair and Walsh was slipping. And he
Okay.
gets
And
sent off.
that's what I'll come back
Garbage.
to. Like, I know
Garbage.
Reece Walsh gets taken out of the game, but Suwali wasn't at fault.
No.
The Penrith bloke. What was his name?
May,
May. That ran up and got him in, like, hard up on the fence.
his feet left the ground though.
No, but if he didn't rush up in defence, then they score.
Yeah.
And that's how you taught the rush up in defence. There was nothing in it. But because it was a pretty boy,
Yeah.
and he's got nude photos of Volandis or something,
He's got something there.
you know,
The Landys and a duck or something.
and a duck.
Okay, number 4 is from Mark. Are you happy with how well the referees have been clamping down with the play the balls this year? As long as it stays that way all season, it should be good. I love it.
Yep.
That's the way it should be.
But
Foot
I'm
on the ball.
I'm going to ask you one thing. How silly are the players? They know this.
Yep, and
They
still
know it
doing
and they
wrong.
continue to do it.
Half-assed effort.
So,
The next thing is the scrums.
okay. For example, I'm Adam O'Brien. I say to the boys, you get done for one of them per game, you owe the boys a carton of beer. Start making a thing about it and that way, you know, you have your off training days where they don't train. Well, now, okay, you do it twice that game and you do it twice that game. It's 4 cartons of beer. We get together, we have a social day.
And you don't drink.
No, they do, but he's got to pay
No.
the bill.
No, whoever does the thing doesn't drink. There's your Coke. You drink it or something.
But you know what I mean? Like, make a social day, bring the club together more. It's boys aren't like the boys of the team, no staff, no this, no that. Just the boys together at a local.
They
So
probably
there's no
do that anyway.
shenanigans.
You got to lock him in the stadium.
Yeah.
Leave him in the
don't-
stadium.
So
It's not
no,
safe
I'm not
out.
saying-
It's not safe out.
I'm not
these
saying they've
days.
got to get sloshed, but a couple of social beers and bring it together, and the person that does all that's got to pay for it that
Yeah.
way. It's bringing the club together, bringing the boys together, bonding, and they'll think twice about doing it because, let's be honest, a lot of them are tired asses.
Before this next question, do you want to leave the room?
Oh, God. Give me a beer.
Might be some more steam happening.
We'll get our cameraman just to make it a 2-minute segment for this bit.
Can you just focus straight in on Smitter's face? Thanks.
Go on, huh?
What are the Knights doing? The recruitment leaves a lot to be desired. Jordan.
Crickets.
I'm not saying it won't.
I think it's already been said, hasn't it?
It's been
really?
said, yeah.
Well, why would you like? Okay, everyone needs.
Here it
everyone
goes.
needs.
Started him out.
Like, everyone needs a go forward bloke, right? Leo Thompson was our boy. We've let him go through a stupidity and greed of the club, and now Canterbury are rubbing their hands together. That's number one stupid decision.
What about Tyrone? He might end up going too.
Well, he's just coming back from injury and he's only getting little minutes, but those little minutes he's putting in pretty big meters. We will lose him too. We'll lose everyone because realistically we've got peanuts to pay people now. I've got another one that's coming up a bit later later on in something that I'll get into. That I'm sorry, but
In
The
something.
suspense. Wait for it.
oh, it's just another stupidity of this club. You know what? It's pissed me off.
You can come and join us in the blue and gold.
I'm not that game.
New
Not that
segment.
desperate.
New
You
segment.
reckon our
What's
boy's
pissed,
any different?
what's pissed Smitter off this week?
Okay, yeah, let's have it because I tell you what, there's probably going to be a lot this year.
What's
What's it going to
giving
be
the
brought to you by
Smithers-
bathrooms? Because what's
Smitter's
pissed
rant.
Smitter off?
Smitter's rant.
What's give us the Smiths this week?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get mixed up with
Hey, that's
Smith's
what it is.
chat.
What's giving us the Smiths this week, and we'll have me on your toilet.
Yeah.
Or in the bath, whatever you
bath.
prefer.
No, you're not joining me.
I don't want you. I don't want to watch you on the porcelain.
Wash me on the porcelain.
He wants to hold
He'll
it
wash
for
you anyway, mate. Don't worry about that. The boat boy.
No, it is. But like, just honestly, it just shows how passionate I love me club. I do love me club. Like, I wouldn't have a tattoo on my chest of the emblem if I didn't. But you know,
We can
it's
feel your
destroyed it.
energy coming through your voice.
I've been there since the first game. The first game the Knights ever played, which was against Parramatta.
Yep.
I was there and I've been there ever since. My auntie played for the
And he
Knights.
played for him. What's
She
your
worked for the
position?
Knights. I went with her all the time. My mum and her used to go religiously. Then I worked for the Knights for a while with security.
Who did you support before the Knights come into the competition? Yeah, exactly.
Say that a bit loudly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't hear you up here.
I had a Penrith jersey and everything. About then when the Knights come in, I obviously fell in love with the Knights and
More to fool you.
yeah, true. Good friend of ours, Gary Harley, used to take me in all the time too. So like, it's part of my life.
He
Really.
coached me to my first grand final, Gary Harley,
Yeah.
under nines at West Maitland.
One of the best blokes you'll ever meet.
He's a top bloke.
Yeah.
Top bloke.
And done a lot for my family. I could
Yep.
talk hours about what they did for, and his late wife Sue for my family. But
She's lovely.
yeah, I won't get in that or tear me up a bit. But
Yep.
I've been through the club, and now we're doing it with my wife and our kids. It's just a family thing, and I only get so passionate about it because I want to see greatness for the club. I'm not saying I don't want to see, expecting us to win every year, but let's be proud of the
Competitive.
club.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's getting hard to
like-
support these stupid decisions that keep
Like
getting
everything,
across.
as long as every team that we support is competitive every week and puts in.
But you get a bloke, okay, I'm going to start off a little bit of my rant that I'm going into later. You get a bloke like Brodie Jones
Yep.
that eats, sleeps and breathes that club. Bleeds red and blue. He's been playing his heart out, playing really well, and the bloke doesn't get on the field till the 60th minute in last week's game. How is someone supposed to build a bit of momentum in the game when you've got a coach bringing other forwards off and on, and leaving Brodie sitting there on the bench?
I did notice that.
And then this week he gets dropped from the whole squad and brings Adam Elliott in that has not been there for 4 weeks.
Blood pressure, dude.
How do you figure that out? He gets dropped for a bloke. Okay, I know Adam Elliott's a good player. He should have to earn his way back in. No, Brodie gets shafted. You just sign Brodie for another year, but you're going to get rid of Adam Elliott. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant for the next 2 weeks.
Oh,
bang
that's
on.
good. I'm safe for 2
Gaz,
weeks then.
Gaz Bag's finished it too.
Oh, but it is, mate. Like at Georgia, like Brodie's a bloody champion guy, and he bleeds red and blue, and the club are just doing the dirty on him.
Yeah.
Or the coach. Like, explain to me how you can put a player on the bench for nearly 3/4 of a game, then expect him to come on and make a difference.
Do something
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
He's as cold as ice from sitting there. Anyway. Yes?
That's it.
That was it.
Fair enough. All right, we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for what caught my eye this week. And
Ow! My eye! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Gary,
I get to start. What caught my eye was Kurt Shiner. Looked bad after the game, but geez, the next day it looked a hell of a lot worse.
it's actually what caught your eye, not Kurt's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I caught it on when I looked. Oh, holy hell!
It was a big one,
Cracker,
eh?
isn't
Oh, it's a beauty.
And I'll tell you what, he
Ripper.
done well at the press conference. Eh? Did you watch a press conference?
I watched it. Yeah, I did watch it. He did
Can
say.
you see where the cameras were?
Yeah, and
Slowly
it's
swelling.
the first time I've seen Kurt at the press conference, and I'm not sure why, because Critter's the captain. Wondering if he's going to be the co-captain going forward.
You could tell he was nervous though because he was fidgeting real bad.
I'll tell you what, one thing while we're on Kurt Man, stay tuned because Kurt Man will be on our show very, very shortly.
Hope so.
He's got a pair of Smitter
He's got a-
Foundation sunnies.
Yes, he
Yes,
does too.
yes.
He rocks them, and so does Critter.
Very good.
To get a picture and put it up.
All do.
Get better quick. Number 2, Benji Marshall's Doblanger.
Doppelganger. Doppelganger.
Same taste. Who has ever? Who,
People watch it and be like, what's a Doppelganger?
what is it?
What a deblanger.
Yeah,
That's what we're still trying to figure out.
it's pretty much the cousin of this Doblanger. Doblanger. What's it called?
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Why don't you just put something decent in there?
Because you did it.
I think I got that wrong.
Copy and paste.
Place it wrong. In the Knights jersey at the Tigers versus Knights game on Friday night.
Ah, yes, I did see that, yeah.
Did look like him.
He was in a Miners
So
jersey,
that
was it?
is look like.
Yeah.
We've pasted
Twin.
that on.
Opposition jersey.
Yeah, he just had enough. Wanted to be on the winning side, so he ran over and got a jersey and sat in the crowd.
My two are Pappenhausen being a drama queen and lying down, grabbing his head after a nothing tackle where he slipped into it and would have barely touched him. And as soon as the whistle was blown, he jumped up and he was fine.
Oh,
Should
sorry.
be sent in the bin for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have heard my
Should be a
language.
milking penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
like Parramatta and I was going off and calling him
There
names.
should be a rule, set 10 in the bin for being a bitch. Because that's all it is, seriously.
Yeah, he would have got
pathetic.
20 then.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Was he just nervous, so
He got hit and then he goes, oh,
But
He was
seriously,
barely touched though. It was
Yeah.
it's like a feather braced
Yeah.
across him.
But realistically, though, it's every week.
yeah.
You find one of them every
Oh,
week.
it is, but this
Usually
one was just
Munster.
Yeah, I know, it was just
blatantly...
blatant.
what
Yeah.
happened to the bunker? Like, no, it's not a penalty.
Well, you know, we could have said that in the Knights game too. What in the bunker? You know, there's
Yeah.
so many bad decisions. What in the bunker intervened? We've got the technology there.
Yep.
Well, I'm not
using
just saying it because it's my team, but God, there were some dubious calls. Very dubious calls. You know.
And my other one is Brighton To'o at the West Tigers game supporting Luai. His son, Brian's son, had a Tigers jersey on, so I really hope he didn't jinx the Panthers.
Good on him because Luai is his uncle, and you know he was there to support his uncle.
I think that's
And
pretty
Taruva
cool,
come
actually, to
over
be
as
honest.
well.
I
Yeah,
think that was
Taruva.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that was something special.
You know,
Um,
sorry,
I just think it's something special, and I think that's good mates.
100%.
You support your mates.
I've got
That's
a
what he's
few.
done.
I've got a little bucket list of people, not just footy players, but who I want to interview before my time's gone, and he is one of them.
Yep.
I reckon that bloke is, you know, we need more Brian Tuttles in the game. I feel.
Very humble.
Yeah, and just a laugh, an absolute card. Like you watch him, Joey will be in the sheds interviewing him, and all of a sudden there'll be a pair of dirty undies fly over and land on him. Like, you know, that's Tuttle. It's just,
Yep.
yeah.
What he does.
I like the Penrith KFC ads, the ones that they normally do.
Well, the
Yeah.
one with fish farting.
Yeah, well,
Where they're
well,
in the gym.
Yeah, well, the Toro, I think was it when he was getting married or something like that, or the rings or something like that. Yeah, there was just all funny skits they do. Like they're
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, I think he does a fair bit with it. Well, there's one case where he was walking out of a supermarket in Penrith. There was a homeless bloke there. Didn't even ask for anything. So just went up and bought him what food, water, drinks, or whatever, and handed it to him.
And he didn't record it. Someone else caught it.
Yeah.
That's how people know about it. But he didn't go, oh, quick, record me. I'm going to go help this bloke.
He just done it off his own back, and yeah, you know, good on him. Good on him. Is that it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, we'll go down the line. Don't get started. We'll go down the line.
Okay.
The Dragon supporter, him and his mate filmed each other throwing a pie at the Dog supporter.
That was bullshit, eh?
What an idiot.
Have you got that footage?
No, but seriously, what an idiot.
Yeah.
At least leave the in its packet.
They got him.
At least leave it in its packet so I could have picked it up and eat it. Because you know how beer pies are out the
Waste
game.
a good bloody 4 and 20.
His name was something Thompson.
Matthew Thompson.
That's it.
What it was? Do
Leo's
we know if
cousin.
it was hot? Because
No, it would have been
If it
cold,
was
I'd
from the
say.
footy, it would have been
That's a-
cold.
that's a
No, it
serious
was from
thing,
the
but
survey, wasn't it?
Hey, umpires are hot at the server.
I think it was at the...
hey.
But, you know, at least leave it in the wrapper so you could have picked it up and eaten it.
But that could cause some serious injury. Like
It could have hit a kid.
Yeah, 100%. And they get really hot, and that's really stupid because if someone turned around and got him in the face or something, you know, like
But
It's really
I think he had his
stupid.
back
I'll
turned
wait
with
till
too,
watch
did he?
the footy.
Yeah.
He's not there to get
Did he have his-
abused
It's just
or
a
stuff
game.
thrown at him. Like,
yeah,
you know, and I don't know how he held his calm.
nah.
You know, to be totally honest with you, because if that happened to me, I would have been turning around throwing punches.
I would have folded his
Well, I mean, in
Dragons
this-
jersey with him.
In
in it.
this social media world, like, the
But that's what it was. It was a social media
Yeah.
skip. But
yeah,
it was stupid.
the dumbest
It's
thing
dumb.
I've seen.
It's
And
dumb.
just,
Well, that's wrecked his day.
Yeah.
You know, and having said that, if he is there with his missus and his kids, it's wrecked their day, or
Yeah.
even his mates.
But
Yeah.
what if it hit a little kid in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there was 20,000 people
Well-
so there. Like, both teams it was well behaved. Like, most times the
I'm telling
Doggers...
you, if it hit one of my kids in the head,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
something happened like that with us at Penrith.
Right.
Yeah, and I was not a quiet man. I was quite cranky, and
Yeah.
as you do, you stick up for you. But come on, nothing happened. You didn't get banned or nothing.
He didn't.
No.
I didn't hear the outcome.
The police
All
had
I
a
know is
talking
they
to
got
him.
him.
Police
Is that
said-
all?
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
disgraceful.
It's footage of it.
Naming-
But why
yeah.
doesn't the club get involved?
That's right.
So you can throw a hot meat pie
All
at
the
somebody,
club the club did was hand out a statement, said they've apologised. That's it.
but you can throw a pie at somebody, but you spit on someone, you get charged with assault. Like
Yeah.
to me, that's the same sort of thing.
It's no different.
You know what I mean?
100%.
No different.
And I really hope as well this is not something that's going to catch on because it's gone viral.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that this is something that's going to regularly happen.
Now, next week will be a sausage roll.
next.
Let's just hope it's not at the Knights game, then it's their hamburgers because they're like bricks. Anyway. Dragons, Christian Tiller,
Tupolotu.
that's him. Celebrated after a try, even though his team was down like 18 points. He just scored the winning 2025 grand final winning try. But dude, you still got 18 points to go, man.
He did it after he scored this first, second, and third.
Well, I'll give him that, but this was when I
Wasn't
wrote
he
this
going
one.
like this at one stage? I'm
Yeah,
like,
Show me the money.
what is that?
the eraser.
And
Uh-oh.
this third one I've sort of touched on a few times tonight, but Brody Jones sat on the bench 60 minutes, didn't get on till the 60th minute. How the hell is he supposed to get any kind of momentum? He's really shown a lot of heart and playing his butt out, and I just don't think he's getting a fair go. Like,
Yep.
you know, no disrespect to Adam Elliott, he's a great player too, but he's been out all year. You should have to earn your way back in. You just don't have a right to be back in. So now Brody, that's been training and playing, he's now shafted because of him. I know they'll go, oh, but he's a back rower. Brody's not. Well, Brody can play anything really. Yeah, he's bulked up, but he can still play anything, and he deserves that spot.
Yep.
Anyway, that's me. I'm not going to say any more. Off you go.
All right. I'll give everyone's thoughts on this too. So during the week, I come across this article that Paul Kent has revealed he's still a chance to return to covering the sport in the mainstream media. The response I've come back, the vast majority has been positive. He believes the door was never fully shut.
Well, it can't. It should be.
Yeah.
Like, he's done the wrong thing. If he does his own show off his own back, like he has been on the podcast, that's fine. But he shouldn't be allowed back on NRL 360 or whatever. He done the wrong thing.
Apparently, there's more footage to come out. If that was under Clarkie's, the guy that he got into a fight with was actually commenting in the comment section of that thing.
Oh, right.
I was reading it briefly. May or may not have been at work, but I was getting into it, going, "Oh, should I get some popcorn?"
Have you seen
Time to
Kent?
get
Have you
on
seen
over there.
Kenty's podcast that he's been doing lately?
Oh,
Nah.
I had like a 30-second look and I lost interest.
That one.
Apparently the one he got in an issue was her name was Teresa Green too.
come to a sudden stop when you hit it.
That is caught my eye for this week.
You only got one.
Well, I've actually got a second one, but I haven't got a great deal of footage of it. But Cody Ramsey did make a return to rugby league in a professional way last week in Cup. Scored a try and set up a couple.
Oh, good on him. Good on him. 'Cause,
Yeah.
he was all but, without putting it, he was all but gone.
And he was fullback, and Tyrell Sloan was on the wing and made 70-metre run and passed it on to Sloan, and he did the rest.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah, so
Good on him.
yeah, it's like 2 years of surgeries, infections. Like, it's a pretty damn good thing to get back onto the field. So I hope he does get to play NRL again because he deserves it.
Good stuff.
Courtney.
Well, this week, most of you have pretty well covered a lot of things that have caught my eye. One thing that I did notice was with the Knights game, and I did actually see a video of this after I did write this down. Kalen Ponga, how the game was a bit woeful with the Tigers. Entertaining, but it was, a bit...
Woeful.
Yeah, it was touch and go for a second there. But watching Kalen Ponga just setting players up and just the way he...
Orchestrates it.
Yeah, he was like... I'm the first person to say, why are we paying him so much sometimes? Because he comes back from injury, doesn't really perform, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But watching him with that first game, you can see him in action doing that. The second thing was... it's a funny one. In the crowd of the Storm game, someone, because we had Nick Meaney on there kicking the conversions, someone had a sign up says "I dream of Meaney," and I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes. That's a good one for stuff we may have missed.
I
Yeah,
missed it.
yeah. I thought it
did
was
miss
really
that.
funny play of words.
I saw it, but I'm like, huh? I was half asleep.
It took
Is it-
me a couple of minutes to compute
Yeah.
myself, and then I was like, "Oh, that's a good one."
Why are you dreaming about Meanie? What's going on, you sicko?
There's another one we let go through the night system too.
He was a damn good footballer, wasn't he?
Still is.
He
Well,
can
he's
kick.
got better, but he's got...
Well, there you go. Melbourne system makes him even better again.
I have a third one just for the ladies.
God.
Don't know if
Yeah,
anyone
you here.
noticed the Broncos game. Ben Hunt in the Corey knows.
I'm
what
not
I'm
upset.
Ben Hunt in the change rooms with no shirt on. Now
I'm not upset.
with the shirt
So you
off.
liked it.
He
I
liked
didn't
it,
even
all
watch
right.
the game. I was at work that night.
He goes, I'm not upset. So he liked it.
He watched the replay. eight
Smile
times.
if you screensaver.
He's wanted out the replay button.
But Ben Hunt with no shirt on, I was a bit pleasantly surprised. He's quite a swole little fella. He's
Got a little
yeah.
fella, has he?
So you got something in common with him?
Unlucky, Chris.
Swollen.
A little fella.
A swollen little fella.
Swole.
Hey, speaking
Swole.
of little fellas, shout out to the ginger cat out there.
Look, this ginger
Was he had
cat.
surgery or was
When's
he...
he coming on?
Yeah, you got something for him,
He's
Marty?
hiding, isn't
Yeah,
he? He should be on here.
yeah. Should
That's
throw him the
something-
challenge out of it?
Yeah,
throw
I
the
reckon we
challenge.
throw the challenge out that he gets on here, and we'll see what happens with that. He's pretty boisterous when I'm not here.
Yeah, challenge
Always
is
got
out
something
there.
to say.
Gonna have to let the cat out of the bag.
Anyway, that is what caught our eyes for this week and more. So we'll take another short... Oh, actually, Margie, sorry, buddy, I forgot you.
I've only got the one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've only got the one, and I messaged you about it. Dominic Young's attempted trip.
Yes.
Now, I watched the replay of it a couple of times. Now, where's the
Come on, mate, he plays
Where's
the
the
Roosters.
charge?
You can
Where's
do
the-
what you want.
where's the charge? It's an attempted trip,
100%.
He apologised.
and that's
Apparently that's okay.
fine.
Yeah, but
Good
I
enough,
took
I
off...
guess.
When there was no contact, but the intent was there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
You
If
know,
I
yeah.
went to rob a bank, but I didn't, but I attempted to, I still get
You
charged.
still get charged with
Yeah.
it.
That's right.
You know, and it was I thought the actual commentators had missed it, and then when I watched the replay, because after I messaged you about it, I jumped back on and I watched the replay of it, and I'm like, well, they did catch it, but nothing come of it.
Well, okay, if it wasn't put on a report,
Where's the review?
match review committee do?
That's right. That's right. Got away with that one.
You know what? If I was one of the rest of the NRL coaches, I'd be having that up my sleeve. If one of my players got done with it, I'd say, hang on a minute.
Yeah, here we
You
go.
can't have one,
Yep.
not the other.
Not the other.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
Anyway, sorry about
That
that.
was
mate.
no, you're right, mate. That's the only one I had. Guys.
All right, guys, we'll take a short break. Me back after these messages. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's that time of week again, and time to bring him back for 2025, the week that was with our very own Elliott Lovejoy. How are you, brother?
Hey, good mate. How are you guys? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, no, good to have you back on, champion. Yeah, going pretty good. Some better than others. Hey, Gary. But, yeah, mate, going pretty good. But we'll dive straight into it, get into some of the games. The Roosters, Raiders 30 over the Warriors 8, mate. Bit disappointing, that one, I thought.
Yeah, there's probably two real points of confusion in that Warriors team for me at the moment. And I don't get it because Andrew Webster's a really smart guy and coach, so I assume he'll work it out. But one is stop playing around and put Roger at the back. He's got to play fullback for that team. You don't have to lose Chance. Chance can move into the centres, or even to a wing, especially at the moment, missing a couple of wingers. But Roger's got to play fullback. And I can't understand their halves debacle. For me, Tomato Martin is the most natural 7 they have. And yet Luke Metcalf, who's their best runner in terms of a half, they've placed at 7 and asked him to basically control everything when that's not his strength. And that's the worst game I think Luke's had in first grade, and he's a super talent. So I hope they work that out, because I think when they do, they could be pretty exciting to watch. But it's really confusing and a bit frustrating, to be honest, because for me it looks like a simple fix, and I don't know why they haven't done it to start the year.
Yeah, I'm very keen to see the Warriors go good this year, especially with Barney and Fish up front. Yep. I mean, what a forward pack. What an absolute beast of a forward pack. You just got to get their halves, like you're saying, ready, and yeah, anything could happen, really.
That's the problem for the Warriors at the moment. It's just the halves. Everywhere else is pretty good.
Yeah, true. But, you know, hopefully the Warriors come good from there, because I've got a soft spot for the Warriors, especially not when they're Fish and Barney there, but for what they did over those COVID years. Yeah, you know. But, yeah, the Raiders, mate, look pretty good over there. We were saying it earlier, mate. Got to like their new strip.
Hey, nice uniforms and their round one specials. I'd love to be a fly on the wall inside a Ricky Stewart-led team talk before a round one game, because I reckon it's the same thing every year of everybody's writing us off. Everyone thinks you're shit. Go out and prove them otherwise. And, yeah, I thought they were really good. I think Xavier Savage, I know Eggs pretty well. He's a good kid. I think this year is the year that we see him make the jump to, he's not a fringe first grader. He's a really good one. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I hope we see the best of him. And, yeah, I thought they were good. Hudson Young made up for his misdemeanour. Owen Paddy, the young Englishman that's come in, he'll be good. And it looks like Jaden Brayley will be there helping him next year and the year after as well.
Yeah, we'll just say that. How many hookers are there at Canberra?
I think Levi and Starling will be off contract end of this year, so wouldn't shock me if they were both gone. Jaden comes in. I think they see Owen as the future for him, which is pretty good business. He's young, he's really talented, and the best thing about Jaden is he's a true pro. You know, he's an absolute professional, everything he does on and off the field. So I think it'd be great for him when that all becomes official.
Fair enough.
Ethan Strange plays well too. I like him in the halves.
I don't know if you've probably seen him at a Newcastle game or wherever. I didn't realise how big a body he is. In terms of, you know, muscle mass and height and all that, he's a really similar size to Jack Whiten, who obviously was there before and was a big body. I had no idea until I saw him in the flesh how big he is. He's a large kid.
Well, it was only round 1 too, like we said, so, you know, things can change from both teams. But moving on, mate, the Penrith Panthers 28 over the Sharks 22. I actually enjoyed this game. I thought it was a pretty good game, but, you know, showed at the end that Penrith, how class they are just to finish the game. But, mate, God, I was impressed with Liam Martin.
Yeah, he's just, he'd be one of my favourite players to watch as well. To be honest, probably my two favourite back rowers are in that game, and that's Liam Martin and Britton Nickera. They're just outstanding, and they're very different players, but Martin's a million miles a minute. Britton anywhere close to that attacking side of the ball for the Sharks is a threat. I don't think anyone can hit a hole like him in the competition. It's amazing to watch. And I think we saw from the Sharks they should be better again this year. I think Nico's been copping a bit. I actually thought he had a pretty decent game. I think Trindle played okay. They just kept dropping the ball was the biggest issue for the Sharks, but they were right in that.
Oh, they were. They were 100%. Any other team, they probably would have won. But it's just, I think Penrith, Penrith, who they are, just closed it out where they do. Just to grind it out and win that game. But any other team, the Sharks probably would have went through and won that one. But
Except Parramatta and the Roosters.
Chill out.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
It
Cheap.
begins.
Oh, mate, it started. Don't you worry. But
I got broad shoulders.
Footy's back.
but it's good the banter we have with each other. But mate, yeah, Panthers still too good. Speaking of the Roosters, next one, Roosters 14, dismal against the Broncos 50.
And the Roosters did score the first try.
This is probably one of I know Parramatta was a bit off too, but this is a pretty boring game to me. I didn't, couldn't get into it. Anyone else the same or?
Well, I watched a bit of it at work, but
What do you think? Elliott, how did you see this one, buddy?
I think it's the best roster the Broncos have had in probably over 2 decades.
100%.
In that, I think their young kids have gotten better. They've brought in, obviously, Ben Hunt. I thought, considering how young that partnership is in terms of those two together, Reynolds and him, it looks seamless. And I would say Walsh nor Cobbo, I know Cobbo scored a hat-trick, but he finished a couple of pretty easy tries. I'd say Walsh nor Cobbo had massive games and they didn't have to. I thought the way they set up Payne Haas for success was perfect, which is basically front load your energy for 30 minutes, go nuts, and then you'll get a breather, which I think is the same way I'd like to see Taylor May used at the Tigers, to be honest with you. Not Taylor. I get confused with so many of them. Terrell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the Broncos are great. Roosters are going to struggle till Walker and a couple of other heads come back. But I like young Rob Toyer, the Queensland kid, the centre.
Yeah.
I think he's got a bit about him.
Finally, someone knows how to coach Payne House successfully, and it's Madge. Like, he gets the most effectiveness out of Payne, and it showed.
Yeah. Oh man, he was a man on a mission. The try with I think Corey Pape scored it, but it was the last tackle, and he gave it to Haas, and Haas created something out of nothing. He's scary having him and Carrigan in your front row, but they're both ball players. That team really has no faults. If they can stay fit, they should make a grand final.
With the Knights. Come on, dreams are free.
We can dream.
just your opinion, Elliot. Would you put Ezra Mann back in the side?
Nah, and not in a way of disrespect to Ezra, but I'd start him in Cup. And if he's lights out in Cup, maybe he earns a spot. The thing is, you'd obviously, to do that, you have to move Hunt back to 9. The form Pates has shown in the preseason around 1. You'd be mad to do it. And then you say, okay, if we don't do that, do we put Ezra at 14? Well, he's never played 9 in his life. And I think Billy Walters is actually a pretty good 14. So at this stage, no, I wouldn't change it, Corey. I'd leave it as is and send him to Cup. If he plays Cup half the year and kills it, then so be it. Adam Reynolds nor Ben Hunt are going to go more than you'd think 1 or 2 more years. So wouldn't be the worst thing for him.
100%.
Fair
I'm
enough.
a big believer in if you've been out for a while, you should have to earn your spot. You just don't have a right to come straight back in. West Tigers 8 went down to the mighty Newcastle Knights 10. The mighty Newcastle Knights.
Mighty.
Yeah.
Wouldn't brag about that.
Oh, well, can
It's a win, but
take it while I can.
2 points is 2 points.
Take it while I can.
a win's a win, but
That's what some lady said to
Damn.
me on Facebook there this week. She goes, a scrappy win, I wouldn't brag about it. I said the competition board says it's good. So, take 2 points, mate.
You're in
while
the
you
top
can.
half, mate. You're in the top half.
100%. Mate, the Tigers played pretty well in patches, I thought. It wasn't all our way. And obviously there's some improvement with the Knights, but Fletcher Sharp, mate,
gone, mate.
what an absolute superstar he's going to be.
Before I start, I do just want to shout out Courtney, who I believe is new in your team. That's my favourite Knights jersey, that one. I know it's an underrated one. That year was the best for me. So
Thank
there
you.
were tough times in that jersey, but it's a good one.
Just
Well
quickly, have you got one?
done. I think so, but I dare say I've outgrown it in the gut area over the last few years. So,
Mate, this barely fits me. This belongs to my 8-year-old.
I think I've got, don't quote me, if I've got it, I'll send it up to you. I think I've got a It's a
So
small
you don't have
one.
to do that.
No, it's a small one and it's signed. It's a blue one and a red one.
Yeah, I used to love that red kit. I know that would not be a popular opinion, but I really did.
Mate, I keep saying that every year. Like, our away jersey should be more red than blue, and then, you know,
Yeah.
vice versa. Anyway, I'll move on because no one wants to hear me
So,
rave on.
sorry, yeah, game. Game, I thought the good, I thought Ponga didn't do anything brilliant in attack, but he was equally as good in defence. So I reckon the way he turned up and the metres he covered, I thought he was outstanding. It's the best defensive game I've seen him have as a Newcastle Knight. Sharp, yeah, looked dangerous. I thought Cogger's kicking game was really good. I thought Jacob Saifidi had a good game. Crosland was handy. I don't think our backline in terms of our hands could have been worse, so that'll only get better.
I thought Marjorie played pretty well, but...
Yeah, he couldn't get quality ball. He did all the tough stuff like he normally does. James Schiller, I thought, was really good. I thought he was great at Canberra last year. He was only dumped to reserve grade when he signed with the Knights. But he's strong. He's a big boy. He had that break that I think sort of helped bust the game open for Newcastle in the second half. But he was good. And I think you said it earlier, they scrapped to a win. I didn't think the Tigers were too bad, but you can't miss almost 60 tackles in first grade against anyone and expect to win, to be honest.
Dylan Lucas, too, going stronger and stronger every week.
Yeah, I still think, and I think people are actually speaking about it now, which makes me feel a bit okay, I had an opinion that was right for once. I said recently I think he plays Origin in the next 18 months. I think he's that good. I think he's so consistent. I can't remember the last time he made a defensive read that was a bad one. He runs with vigor. He's strong. He's fit. I think he's such a good player. He's really underrated.
If he doesn't play Origin this year, he's in camp getting the feel for the next year. 100% he is.
I think he's a wonderful player. And obviously, it's been great because he's had time to learn from guys like Tyson and Frizzell in there. And I would suggest that in Tyson's prime, Dylan runs and moves in a similar way to the way Tyson did. Not that Tyson's lost much now, but what a guy to be learning off.
100%. He's like a wine, isn't he, Tyson? He's just getting better with age. So, you know, more things to come for the Knights, obviously. Round one, we'll take that.
Hopefully more wins.
Yeah, you can only hope, that's for sure.
Hey, you pipe down over there.
The Rabbits 16 over the Dolphins 14. Good close one, this one. Battle of Wayne and his mates. So
That was a hard one to tip.
yeah, it was. But good on the Dolphins for coming all the way down here when it was their home game anyway. I know circumstances change. But yeah, round one. I was impressed with the Dolphins. I know it's early days, but I reckon Wolfie could have him firing, you know, come mid-season. Could be a lot we've talked about here. A few of us thinking that Dolphins will finish further down the ladder. I don't think they will. I think they'll go right. If Wolfie can get them firing, to be honest.
I still can't see a world where they make the top 8, but I think they'll be competitive. I think the two probably storylines for either side to come out of that are Tom Gilbert hasn't missed a step. What do you make? 59 tackles in 56 minutes after not playing for almost 2 years, which is just an insane stat. And then for the Rabbits, I know they've brought in Lewis Dodd, but I really like the look of Humphreys. Newcastle fans will probably remember him when he debuted for Manly last year and saw Newcastle a new one on debut. I thought he was really good. If he kicked like he'd been playing in the NRL for 10 years in terms of finding space. His general play was good. He didn't try to overplay his hand. And he'll probably derail Herbie for the hottest man in league next year. He's an absolute specimen. So
who's your hottest man?
I thought he was good.
Corey?
Zach.
Yeah, I thought so.
Corey Horsburgh.
Corey Horsburgh.
Zach.
Zach Lomax.
Exactly.
And Corey Horsburgh.
Oh, please.
We've got a finger on the show here for the big ginger cat. We've got a good friend of the show. He is Corey Horsburgh. He's got to be his love child, eh? And, he's the big ginger cat. But yeah, it was, round one. You can't really take too much out of every game yet. Like, still getting a feel. But moving on to your drag queens. Dragons 20 went down to the Bulldogs 28. There's a couple of good performances in the in the Bulldogs that I really liked. One was a good Kurt Mann. I think he just gets better and better. I mean, I may be biased, but
So does his shiner.
yeah, he's Shiner too. But they was sort of a little bit clunky and no direction. Then when Kurt come on, I feel that things started picking up and play, and then they scored from that. I'm not sure if he should be in place of Sexton, but I just think Sexton, I don't know, he just lacks that little bit of oomph that you need. Then when Kurt comes on, maybe that extra play with, Kurt at 13, just he gets it with the ball in his hand more and things seem to happen.
Maybe you're right. I think Kurt Mann gels more with Burton than what Sexton does.
I think so, but mate, would you move Sexton off and put Kurt at 7? I think Kurt coming on at 13, the way he has been, was probably works.
Yeah, I like Kurt at 13 because then you got an extra half. I wouldn't dismiss Toby Sexton. I think the small stuff he does is handy for that team because he doesn't need to be a superstar. He's got big names around him, a lot like Burton, for example. His short kicking game's quite good. He brings his forwards onto the ball quite well. I'd probably keep it the same. I don't disagree. I think Kurt's they're a better side. When Kurt comes onto the field, I'd probably have him starting for Salmon, but obviously Serraldo likes Salmon starting games. But I thought their big one was Satili Tupanua, who the prime of his powers 2 years ago I think was the best back rower in the comp or thereabouts, and now he's playing more in the middle for the Dogs and. No, he scored a couple of tries, but his work off the ball too was amazing. I can't believe the Roosters let him go in the situation that they're in. I really can't. Well, I thought he was excellent.
That was my second one I was going to say was him. And, mate, this one really hurts me to say this. This is cutting deep. But imagine him there next year with Leo Thompson. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be some pack. And take nothing away from someone like a Max King, who's their normal starter, but if, let's say, you replace him with someone like Leo, Tupanua's in there, I think Jacob Preston's an incredibly underrated player. Obviously, Kurt Mann, their pack's very good.
When we say that Newcastle bloke going there, can we just say the new bloke? Can we not say his name because it's still cutting deep, I'm still
Well, we got his brother. His brother... I would meet his brother on the street and have no idea which one's which.
Look for the tattoos.
Even the way they... Okay, it's a tattoo, is it?
Yes, the tattoos. Leo's got a leg and arm tattoo, and I don't think Tyrone does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do. I was confused.
But yeah, no, what a team the Dogs are going to be in the next 12 months, to be honest. 2 years, sorry.
Stephen Crichton got off too. He got only fined for his there
Wasn't much in that.
it wasn't much.
Where he went in with his knees.
Yeah, I didn't see. I missed the first 15 minutes of it, but it wasn't what I saw the replay. It wasn't too much.
You might know more than us, mate. Here,
That's a certainty.
true. Kurt Mann was doing the press conference and not Critter, the usual captain. Is a reason behind that, or is Kurt the co-captain coming forward, or?
Kurt's part of their leadership group.
Yep.
I do know who, from experience, and he was never rude about it. Critter hates doing post-match chats. Like he does not enjoy those conversations. And there's been a few times where we tried to speak to him after a game, sometimes after a loss, where and he's very polite about it, but he would just say no. So I don't know if that was the case here or anything could be at play. But, yeah, Kurt's part of that leadership group. I do think you mentioned Stephen's name. I think in terms of what he's managed to attract to the club and help turn around, I think he's the best signing in the NRL over the past few years.
100%.
I really can't think of a bigger signing in terms of what someone's done for a club.
Shut the up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, he is.
We're doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Critter's Critter. Like he's a machine.
I was just thinking the first time I ever met Kurt Mann, he's just such a nice bloke. Like he gave me a hug, and I'm like, it was just strange that he didn't even know me from a bar of soap, and he was just really down to earth and
When we met him what's the name?
The Junction.
The Junction. Yeah, we met him at the Junction. We had to take something down to him, and we'd sort of known him here and there for a few weeks. Nothing real. But yeah, you couldn't have got a nicer bloke, could you? And he's still to this day, mate. Like, you know, I'll send him a message here and there, and he'll, you know, we talk on friendly basis, and you know, I've sent him some stuff down in the last couple of weeks, and to me, the friendship you get out of the game is what it's all about.
It's 100%.
And some of the players that, you know, they don't just see you as a fan of the game, they now see you as a friend as well. And, mate, that's what it's all about for me. I think it's great. And
100% agree.
But everyone you like leaves the club.
I don't like Leo Thompson, all right? No.
You got rid of Fisher Harris, who was supposed to be a lifetime player at Penrith, and you liked him, and look what happened.
All right, well, I don't like Greg Marju anymore, and I don't like Tyson Gamble. Anyway, moving on, mate. Sea Eagles, 42 had a field day with the Cowboys. Manly looked good, I thought. I thought Manly looked good.
They jumped out of the blocks quite early.
Cowboys looked underdone for me. If I was to pick out of the clubs this week for who we're going to have for the spoon, I'll tell you what, the Cowboys were looking at good as well. Yeah, Marchie made you feel better.
Thanks, mate. I feel loads better.
Yeah. Round one, mate. Things can change, but yeah.
It's anyone's game.
They
just
look
not
good,
the
but-
Cowboys.
They look good, Manly, mate.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Cowboys did miss the jump. I got concerns about the pack size for the Cowboys in general, especially when Taumalolo and McKaylee aren't playing. They were a very small side, and Takiaho and blokes like Sipley and Paseka. Olakuatu is somehow bigger again. I don't reckon there's a half in the game that gets up from that bump that happened to Tommy Dearden outside of him. I thought it was incredible the way he was able to get back to his feet because he got absolutely levelled. But, yeah, they look fast. I think there's been comments made in the media during the week I probably agree with when Tommy Turbo's fit like he looked there, he's the best player in the competition. He's so dangerous everywhere he pops up. The way he moves. For a young kid that wants to play fullback or likes playing fullback, he's the one guy when he's at peak of his powers. I'd say go and watch him outside of Dylan Edwards in terms of where he pops up. It's incredible. And, yeah, they look so slick.
Yeah, they do, unfortunately, because it's Manly. But they are looking good. Mate, this other one we'll just touch on just ever so quietly because there's a few in the studio here that are licking their worms, but 56, the Storm over the Eels, 18. Eels were dreadful, to be honest, in the first half. But in saying that too, the Storm come out all guns blazing. Eels missing a couple of players, so hopefully they can turn around for these two blokes. But, mate, I've got to ask you, I've asked everyone else, what's going on with the yellow banana banded jerseys and the uniform?
Well, they certainly stand out, don't they? Yeah, I don't know. I actually, because I think it would be easy to bury the Eels, so I won't. Jason Riles had the toughest initiation ever, obviously,
Up against
missing
the Storm.
Moses for 6 weeks. Dylan Brown goes elsewhere after the second week coaching, but I really like Isaiah Yogi, the young fullback that came over from Penrith. I think he's going to be a super talent. I thought he tried his guts out on the weekend as well. I think they need to address their issue at a few different position spots. I think nine's a big problem for at the moment, and obviously the depth in halves. With no disrespect to Ronnie Volkman, but he probably had the toughest weekend of any player I saw on the weekend. He really struggled, and they're packed too. Like there's elements of the game where you can be, maybe not have the skill of Jerome Hughes or Cam Munster or Pappenhausen, but you saw, I think, the first 10 minutes of the second half, and talk about like front-loading energy where a front rower just basically pours a million miles an hour. I thought they actually defended really well. For the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, I thought, well, where was this? They completely missed a jump in the first game of the season, which Riles as an ex-fronty himself would, I'm sure, find absolutely unacceptable. So, yeah, I think we'll see a much better version of them this weekend. I'd hope so anyway.
100%. Mate, it's just a short one this week, but, mate, we welcome you back this year. We love having you on. So hope to see more of you this year. And we love having your input, mate. So it's just a quick one this week with the round ones. But Thanks, champion, and we'll catch you again in the coming weeks.
Yeah, easy and quickly for what it's worth, I'm a fan of the Dylan Brown signing, and a lot of people are split. I think it's a good one.
I'm undecided. All right, guys, that's Elliott Lovejoy up there, and you're obviously safe up there, mate, with that weather.
Yeah, it's been sort of here, there, and everywhere. It doesn't matter whether I've been in Brisbane or Townsville. It seems to follow me, but no, we're all good.
Don't come down here.
Oh, that's good, mate.
No, do.
Anyway, guys, we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for Talking Schmidt. Talking Schmidt brought to you by Juice Bomb, our lovely drink here. Caller number 1, who we got there?
We've got Mark here.
G'day, Mark. How are you, champion?
Oh, I'm not too bad,
Mate, that's the go. We got the old boy, Gary, crazy lady as usual, Corey, Courtney, and our guest in the studio tonight, another Parramatta supporter, Marchie.
How you going, guys?
Good, mate. Good.
Good, mate.
Good, how's yourself?
That's the way. Yeah, not too bad.
Can't be too good being a Parramatta supporter, but anyway.
Oh, mate, well, I've never seen a team get so much media attention after getting flogged by 50.
Anyway, champion, enough of my jokes. So, what's your question for us, champion?
Mate, there's obviously only one topic that everyone wants to talk about at the moment.
Dylan Brown.
Yes, that's the one, and there's a couple of little side twists I've got to it as well. But honestly, I'll kick it off. What isn't it? Oh, look, good luck to him getting offered that money. That's just great money. But there's 2.6 of your salary cap gone, basically.
Yep.
You know, and it's well documented now. Cooper Cronk said it, all that. He's a 6. He's not a 7. So how's it all going to fit?
It's not.
Like a bad jigsaw.
Like a square in a round hole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I reckon Fletcher Sharp will get moved back to
Yeah.
somewhere. They'll put him at 6, and then we'll be back to square one looking for a 7, and Gamble will probably fill that spot.
Yeah, but well, the other little thing that doesn't keep going away is the All Blacks and Kayla Ponga.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's frees up $1.3 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might be able to buy a halfback then.
Maybe, but just not long watched a bit of Fox News, and I wasn't aware that Jerome Luai is a free agent come November 1 as well.
Welcome home, Luai.
Holy!
Is that a clause in his contract?
Don't get my
1.1
hopes
million
up.
from
Must
Parramatta.
be. I didn't. They just announced it on Fox.
Hey, to look good in blue and gold.
There you go.
I want him back.
It came out on the Para Nation page. I noticed. I think it was today. Actually, I did see that. There was a thing come on the Para Nation page that said we've got 1.1 million spare.
I don't think he'll go. I think he's pretty settled.
Lockie Galvin's going back.
Unfortunately.
Lockie
Galvin's
Galvin's a
another one.
Parramatta.
Yep.
He's a former Parramatta
Parramatta
Junior.
junior. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
okay.
both of them back for November 1.
I know where there's smoke, there's fire.
Absolutely.
If Ponga does go to
The All
Union,
Blacks.
All Blacks,
Hmm.
Fletcher Sharp goes to fullback.
Yep.
Dylan Brown goes to 5'8".
Yep.
Luai comes to Newcastle at 7.
Not a chance.
I could handle watching him at
Premiership time, here we come.
And Leo does a backflip on the Dogs and comes back to Newcastle too.
Oh, he's starting to get excited. Shut up.
That's starting.
Does Joey still have much to do with the Knights?
Nah, too much media commitments, I think, mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't he live down
Bronte.
near Manly or something, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he still had his place up Merriweather Way and all that.
No, I'm pretty sure he sold that many years ago.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
that's an interesting. Well, that's what I've said all along. Like, no disrespect to Brown. Like, I don't bag players, but if
No.
I was the Knights and I was going to chase someone, I would have chased Luai at the start. You get Luai
absolutely.
probably for cheaper than 1.3 million. What did he sign at the Tigers for? Mil, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jerome Luai 1.2. Oh, it's a little bit cheaper.
No, and he's a
little
6
bit
or a
cheaper,
7.
But he's a 6 or a 7. He's been at the Penrith system. He knows how to win grand finals. He can get in the head of players. He can do anything. He can do. He's a 7 and a 6. Like, he can play either one.
And he formed a good partnership with Moses in the State of Origin.
And
Throw that one at you.
okay, you put him,
what you're
okay,
thinking.
at 7 at Newcastle, for example, if we chased him, with Fletcher Sharp at 6.
Yeah.
Well, what an exciting combination. And then
but-
Ponga at the back.
yeah.
I don't understand it, why we went for Brown.
Dunno.
I know people saying, it's a good move. Like, I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just saying what I'm feeling, and I think it's not a right move.
No, he's not. He's not an organiser. That's the bottom line.
I would have even went to Cleary and said, "Come on, get away from Dad. Come and play Newcastle for 1.3."
Yeah.
You don't want to play with Dad all
but
the
you
time.
said yourself you put Cleary in an ordinary team, he won't go very well.
Yeah,
there,
no.
I said it. I said it.
You said it.
No, I said come to Newcastle, not Parramatta.
Oh.
Oh, just keeps getting lower.
That's fine.
I mean, time will tell, but my issue here, mate, one of the big issues I've got with this is they're going to pay a player that hasn't proven at 7 1.3 million, but they couldn't pay Leo Thompson, who's going to be in the top 10 front rowers of the game within the coming years.
Absolutely.
Couldn't pay the money that he's deserved. I know people go, oh yeah, but they offered him the same money, but it took over 2 years of these promises to be broken and not doing it. The damage was already done.
Absolutely.
And then
Well, you had Gus Gould swooping around. You were basically,
100%. I tell you what, if the Dogs don't win the grand final within the next 3 years, Corey will do a nerdy run around McDonald Jones Stadium.
I'm going to be sick that day.
Yeah.
You won't have to, because I'm telling you, they will. They will win the competition.
I'm going to
within
take my
the next
glasses
3
Well, I
years.
off
hope
that
they do
day too.
now.
They just got to go up a level. That's all they have to do.
100%, mate. Well, it's enough of me rambling on with garbage. Any more to your question there, bro?
Nah, that's everything. That's everything. Pretty much covered everything.
That's the go. I'm glad we could answer you. Glad I could answer your question. I didn't give anyone else a chance, but
I'd just like to say something.
Mm-hmm.
You listening, mate?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm listening.
We got bagged for losing that scoreline. The Roosters were 4, Broncos were 50. There was 36 points difference there. The Eagles was 42, Cowboys 12. There was 30 points difference there. Ours was 38.
Yeah.
We got bagged on 38.
Oh, God, yeah.
No one else got a bagging off that.
yeah, we don't have any Rooster supporters on the panel.
No, just in
Have
the
a look at
media
what the
and
Roosters are
everything.
paying for a win at the moment.
I think it's, to be honest, the way the Roosters are playing is probably the best thing that's happened in football in the last 10 years. It's great.
Oh,
Just hope
absolutely.
it stays that way.
Yeah.
We might
We
get a
can
win.
only hope.
I did look at bottom 4.
To answer that
Yeah.
question, it's $7 this week for the Roosters to win.
It's gone down then. I checked earlier on today. It was $9.35.
Jeez.
Did you get on, did you?
No. I was only in my bloody lunch break at work. It was a bug. I went,
What's
Can't get to the
Yeah.
tab.
what's Parramatta? Wow. $2.27.
I don't think it'd be that bad.
$2.27
What's that for the buy?
Yeah.
against the Tigers.
Oh, they've dropped a couple and he added a couple of debutants. So
Yeah, Sean Lane.
see what
and
happens
that
this
will
week.
coming back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Lane back
Yeah,
this week
Sean
too.
Lane's in.
The good part is,
yeah.
by round 8, we'll have 2 points.
How many
Oh,
times you got in
absolutely.
round?
Oh, you'll beat
One.
the Dragons.
One by then.
No,
Yeah, we'll
anyway,
be right.
mate.
We'll get things going.
Like, we
Yeah,
all
mate.
have shits and giggles here, but at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
I'm not serious when I bag out ever.
I know.
It's just
Yes, you are.
just shits and gigs with the pedal. The way I look at it, if not everyone can win, not everyone can be brilliant on the day,
Yeah.
and without them teams that are losing, we don't have a competition. And every club
Absolutely.
goes through it. Every club goes through it. Like, you know.
Yeah, we're just more than most.
Anyway, champion,
Time
we
to go.
appreciate
All good.
your call, and you're in the draw for the caller of the week, which will then go into the final draw at the end of the year for the Sayers Inc. tattoo voucher or the $200 cash. Thanks to Sayers Inc. and the Nighttime Podcast.
Not a problem. Yeah, guys, have a good night, okay?
Thanks, champion.
Take
Enjoy the rest of the
care.
show, brother.
No worries. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
Got Keith Cole, mate. Calling up from Wollongong.
Keith
Bulleye,
Cup,
Wollongong.
former Illawarra Steelers player.
Yeah, a long time ago. People have to go a long way back in their memories and be very old to remember it, I can tell you.
Oh, mate. To be honest, it's a pleasure to have you on Talking Schmidt. But mate, what's your question for us, champion?
Mate, I've got just a couple there. One of the ones I was just wondering how you think South are going to go long term without Cameron Murray and probably Latrell Mitchell looking at about 8 weeks. And the other one was how long do you think Zach Lomax is going to last in the centre if they keep playing like they are Parramatta?
We've got a couple of
That's a bit
Parramatta
harsh.
tragics on the panel tonight, so
Okay.
I'll let
Go
them
easy
ones
on us.
answer. I'll let them answer that question first, and Marchie.
Yep.
I don't think they need to move him. I think what they need to do is it's basically it's Mitchell Moses is what Lomax needs. We touched on it a bit earlier. The way that pair combined for New South Wales and for Australia, they were a perfect match. And I think that will come when Moses comes back. I think Lomax will definitely shine then. Whether he shines before then depends on the halves combination that Parramatta are running around with at the moment.
Of course, yeah.
But until that changes, until they bring him into the game more, I don't think he's really going to be there just yet. Unfortunately, like for what we paid for him.
Yeah.
But that's basically where I'm at with it. I was pretty excited when he signed, and for Moses to, when they said he was going to be 1 or 2 weeks, I'm like, not with the injury that he's carrying. He's going to be longer than that. I'll be surprised if it's not 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's going to be that's a hard ask, isn't it? You know.
It is 6 weeks, and like I say, I talked to the guys on the panel here earlier about it. He didn't rest in the off season, and that injury is a rest injury. So until that changes, I don't see Lomax coming into the game as much as he's going to be until that point. Basically, that's my thoughts on it.
Oh, look, I see what you're saying, and my idea on it is because I've watched him come up as a junior through the, I watched him play for Harden, actually, his hometown.
Yep.
When my young bloke was coming through the juniors, and then I watched him play for Thurul, and then go up through the ranks, and I've never seen him play better than he did last year on the wing, representing New South Wales, Australia, and playing very good for the Dragons. It was the best I've seen him play. I think just that the only having to worry about the sideline and the winger makes a big difference to him.
He's got to stay on the wing. My opinion is you prove yourself there. You played unreal football. If it's not broken, don't change it.
100%.
Yep.
That's my opinion. But on to your South one, mate. Mate, that's a huge loss. That is a huge loss.
That's crazy.
Cameron Murray and Latrell, love him or hate him, he's another one like Luai. People love him or hate him, but they are a massive part of them teams. And Latrell, when Latrell is on, he's on fire. So for me,
look what he did last year with New South Wales. When he wanted to turn it on, he did whatever he wanted to do. No one can stop him.
100%, mate. Like that's a huge loss. That's like
And he's trimmed up too, so he's put the effort in.
Fittest he's ever looked.
You know, he 100%. He's 100% the fittest he's looked.
to me, that's like taking Cleary from Penrith or Ponga from Newcastle.
Yeah,
That's as
It's a big. Well, and you've got to remember that if that goes any longer, them two are also out of the New South Wales side. And we've only just got some ascendancy back there, and you lose two of your guns.
as long as
You'll have a look.
As long as Bradman's in the centre, that's all right, you know.
Well, you know what? He is killing it, mate. He could be the number one New South Wales player for the next 10 years, that kid.
Unreal.
Oh, yeah, the sky's the limit for him. But, mate, honestly, Parramatta, things will change, I feel. But the Rabbits, that's a huge loss, absolute huge loss. Hopefully they can turn it. Well, they've got the best there. If anyone can turn it around, it's Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, you're right.
But
in saying that about Parramatta, I actually have spoken to Rolsey, and that, you know, he was an Illawarra junior, grew up here at West and stuff. He's a great coach, and I've actually had Craig Bellamy tell me he is a very, very good coach and will make a brilliant coach one day. And that was about 5 years ago. So I just said, that just tagged $200,000 on his contract. So if someone to give you a rap, someone like him to give you a rap like that is unbelievable.
100%.
And Rolsey's had pretty good experience with the Roosters, the Storm system. He worked with Eddie Jones.
He's been around that.
Over in England. So so it's
interesting to see how good he does as a coach. As he said, he's done his apprenticeship under a lot of people. So, Mate, yeah, very interested. Mate, really appreciate your call, mate. Love having you a part of the show. Look forward to having you on again.
Thanks for having me on. No, I appreciate it very much.
No, we would love to pick your brain a bit more. I reckon you've got a fair few stories you could tell us.
Well, maybe they're for after midnight, though.
That's the live show coming up later.
And just so you know, I was the first one to welcome you into our group the other day, so welcome aboard.
Yes, thank you so much for that on the phone there the other day. And I look, I can't remember the exact time that I was talking to you at South, but that'd be it'd be a good memory for everyone.
No, that's the go, mate. We'll get you on again soon, mate, and I'll give you a shout tomorrow anyway. But thanks for your call.
Okay,
You're actually in the draw for the caller of the week, which goes into the draw for a tattoo voucher from Sayers Inc. or $200 cash. So you never know your luck.
Okay, you never know, mate. Okay, thanks so much for having me on, guys. And I like what you do. I love it, and especially the Smith Foundation. You've talked about everything you talked about is those charities, those foundation. It's brilliant stuff, mate.
Mate, thanks for that. It means a lot coming from someone like yourself. We appreciate it, and it's a good team we've got behind us, pushing it and doing stuff for the community. So I appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you.
Thanks, champion.
Take care.
Okay, I'll talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
mate.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
All right, guys, time for caller number 3. Who we got there?
Well, hello.
Oh, we all know that voice. Hello, Simon.
Hello, Big Dinas. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
It's wonderful to hear your big, gruff voice again.
Oh, well, at least someone thinks that anyway.
It's been a long time since we've had some verbal intercourse.
Makes 2 of us.
Oh, you wait till after.
Simon, have you got your souffles to rise yet?
That's a bit personal, but is that my favourite silver fox, is it?
It is, mate, it
The
is.
one
How
and
are
only.
you?
Oh, are your eyes working now?
One is.
At least something is.
One is. I don't want to know which eye we're talking about, Gary.
The one-eyed custard chucker.
Hello, Simon.
Yes.
Yeah, too, boy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sailor Man. How are you?
Oh, well, how's Terence going, mate?
Yeah, Terence is fine. I've just dropped him off to the train station. He's off to the city to some type of theatre show tonight, a Stephen Sondheim tribute or something, I don't know. So he's off gallivanting around.
Do you miss him much when he goes?
Well, you can't miss him. He's a big fat bastard like me. So
Yeah. What's your question for
I can
us,
get a bit
champion?
lonely, but I am able to get a grip on myself. So it's okay.
Oh, excuse me.
I was going to say hello to the new girl on the bench, Courtney.
Well, hello, Courtney. How are you? I'm very safe. Don't worry.
Hello, Simon. How are you? I've heard much about you.
Were you the one that was on last week?
I was, yes.
Oh, you're a delightful thing.
Oh, thank you.
Thing.
Thing.
And I don't know if you've met
Why,
Margie
thank you.
before. Remember we did a live show before?
I do remember seeing that. Yes, we're not talking about Garfield, of course. Are
No.
we?
No,
not
that's the
Garfield,
ginger cat.
that's a ginger
Margie's the
cat.
one with the beard, long beard.
Oh, okay. Well, how is the ginger cat though?
Oh, well, apparently it's got a new name. It's called the sea turtle. I'll wait for when he comes on. He can
We
explain.
need to
that
find
one.
that one out.
But yeah. So what's your question, mate? You want a question for one of the panelists, all of us, Margie, or?
Oh, no, hello, Margie. Welcome to the team, I guess. And
Cheers, mate.
let
Thank
me
you.
think. Do you think that there's a certain? Do you think 2 players are worth 1.3 million a year each?
No.
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 100%
What the
not.
hell is that club doing? Gardner is an absolute muppet.
Someone could say he's a gardener gnome. But yeah, I don't think any
Gardner
football.
don't be smarter.
I don't think any player is worth over $1 million. I don't care who they are. When
Is
you
he
got,
just trying to completely gut the club and destroy it though? With having, we can field 2 players. That's great.
Two of the highest paid players in the league. Crazy.
the way I look at it, but doctors and nurses save lives, and they're not even on that kind of money. football stars shouldn't be on anything over $1 million. And I mean that, like, no matter who they are.
For example, I've got a client. She is a doctor in the emergency department at John Hunter, and she works for Westpac Rescue Helicopter. Her income on a full-time wage is $300,000 a year.
That's
I rest my
shocking.
case.
That's shocking.
Yeah, saving lives.
I rest my case.
Yeah, that's completely undervalued.
You know,
Valuing her, isn't it?
they're going to go stupid money. $1 million is the most amount for any player. And that is, you can have one marquee player at $1 million and it's not on your cap. That's off your cap.
I'm happy to pay Terence for his ball handling skills, but I mean, there's far too much money being spent on just 2 players now.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And what are we going to do? The club's an absolute basket case, Big Denis, and I'm quite concerned.
So am I. As you'll seen earlier on the show, I'm got a little bit ranted and raged, but it's just because I love my club. But yeah,
I do see some hard times coming.
Of course you would.
Oh God.
Anyway, it's wonderful to speak to you all again.
Mate, it's good to hear from you. To be honest, like it's you've become part of the furniture, would you say, of the show? He's a regular caller.
I am big and comfy, and you can rely on me. So,
Would you like the Big Dinas to lie on you?
Well, yes, but I think
We'll save that for a live show.
It's a little bit intimidating.
I missed that one.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Might be a live show.
No, don't worry about that.
Move on.
Might be able to do this on a
Dinas, not
live
just Big
show,
Dinas.
like bring him in and.
Yeah, maybe we could do a Zoom call on a live show or
Yeah,
something.
but how are we going to get you to sit on him?
As long as Christopher's there.
Oh yeah, Christopher's here.
He's here. Oh, he's going red again. He's going red.
I don't know. All of a sudden, it looks like there's the lotto ball on the lounge. His head is just gone bright red. And
Well, it's a big red ball that makes dreams come true.
Big number 1 sticking up there too.
Well,
Why are you so sweaty?
it's better than the blue ball.
He's just broken out again.
Anyway, mate, we appreciate you coming on the show. And we'll have to send you down some when we get our new merchandise down for you and Terence and
Terence Towell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terence
Terence Towell
and
Simon Peter Holder.
Anyway, mate, we appreciate.
Theodore Fister.
Oh,
Theodore Fister.
you still having trouble with Theodore, are you?
Yes, Mr. Fister is not a very nice person at all.
You thought about expanding that family?
Well, he's trying to expand something, and I'm not having it.
For the right price, 1.3 million, you'll take it, will you?
Well, yeah, for that sort of money, who wouldn't?
Anyway, mate, we appreciate the call. You're in the draw for the caller of the week, and mate, enjoy the rest of the show. And good to have you on.
Lovely to speak to you all again. Ta-ta.
Take care.
Bye, Simon.
See you, mate.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's Talking Schmidt for this week. And who are we going to give the? I reckon the second guy, Keith.
Yeah.
Keith's got it.
Keith,
Definitely.
mate, you are our caller of the week. You're the first one through to. Sorry. You're the first one through to caller of the week, and he's through to the draw for the final draw for the Sazing tattoo voucher or the cash.
Second.
Second, sorry, my apologies. First one for the night, we'll go there. But anyway, now it's time for a quick break, and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for Player in the Round there. And we'll start off with the offer on land, Gary.
I was going to put it the other end, but it's not Gary.
Oh, I bet you
You
will.
normally put it down the other end.
My player of the round was Patrick Carrigan, 1 try, assist, 3 offloads, 21 tackles, and 246 metres gain. That's a lot of running. Go on,
Kylie.
Patrick.
Mine's Turbo with 2 try assists, 3 line break assists, 9 tackle breaks, and 234 metres gained.
I have trouble pronouncing his name. What would?
Tupalotu.
Christian Tupalotu.
No, the come from the
Oh, it's
Roosters.
Tilly Tupanua.
That's the one.
Tupanua.
I knew what.
Started with
You
T.
knew what I meant.
Yep.
I thought he played exceptionally well coming on. Scored 2 tries. 2 tries, I believe. Yep.
Yes, he did. 2 tries.
And just the impact off the bench, I reckon it was phenomenal. And I must say, I'm bringing it back. Smitter's special mention goes
Here we
to
go.
Kurt Mann. What Kurt Mann done off the bench, I thought also was exceptional too. Like the bench that the Dogs have is second to none. Had that massive eye and just kept playing, kept going. And even some of the hits, you watch him closely, next time the Dogs play, he puts some hits on like he's a big bloke. And he's really not. But all those young kids out there watching, it just goes to show all you need to succeed really in rugby league is a heart. And that bloke's got a heart bigger than Farlup. And, not just because he's a personal friend, I think the bloke's a machine. As his nickname is, Killer, he's killing it. So that's my two.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, Kylie, I actually must have read your notes too.
Yeah.
I had Tommy Travojevic as well. Thought he was outstanding for Manly.
Courtney.
I thought out of all the games, I thought Nick Meaney was pretty good. He from the
He's
Storm.
only playing against us, bud, so it doesn't matter that much.
Oh, look, yeah. But he just conversion kicks just every time. I think there was one that he missed, maybe.
Hate to be his dog.
I had a couple of tins by that point, so I'm a little bit blurry. But yeah, conversion kicks, just on the field presence. I thought he did pretty good. Reece Walsh is another one.
Hang on now.
I know.
Moving on.
I hate to say this because I'm not the
This segment
biggest
only
fan.
goes 2 minutes.
But
It's player of the round, not players.
Man.
Just because he gets greedy.
I just thought there's a bit of pick up there, a bit of momentum, so it might be a bit good for the Broncos this year as well.
True.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. And then you throw in the likes of Jordan, Ricky and co. Anyway, Marchie.
I'm on the turbo. I'm on the turbo myself. I think Ponga had a really good game.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Ponga, Newcastle lose.
Yep, 100%.
His defence was outstanding.
I'll tell you another one too. If it wasn't for Greg Marju and his little tap dancing, we lose the game. So I think Bradman Best owes him a carton of beer.
He owes him more than a carton of beer.
He is
Definitely.
phenomenal, Greg Marju.
Yeah. Former Parramatta player.
And what he offers is like a second forward. He's another Brian Tuttle.
Gary, can you remember his name? He changed his name to Greg Marzu. His name before that when he was playing at Parramatta.
It was too. It was another name.
Yeah.
He changed it to his grandparents' name to honour them.
Yes.
Yes, you are 100% right, and I'll
There's a
do
bit
my
of
homework.
trivia for you. I'll find out
And
before I'm on next
post
time.
me.
I will.
You're dead right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
He had a Pacific name.
Yeah.
It was a Pacific name, and he changed it to Marzu.
Yeah, to honour his grandparents.
Yeah, it was his grandparents,
good on
yeah.
you.
Yep.
Anyway, that's player of the round. So player of the round, what is?
Turbo.
Tommy Turbo.
Turbo.
Yep.
And it's time, that time of the week, for the time we've all been waiting for, is thanks to the sign shop, it's the Jokes of the Week. And wonder who gets a run in this one.
That's why I'm blocking it so Gary couldn't see it.
It's all right, he can't read from there anyway.
It's got to be in big letters.
He needs his eyes fixed again.
A guy named Gary and a girl named Courtney meet at a bar. They get along so well that they decide to go to Courtney's place. A few drinks later, Gary takes off his shirt and then washes his hands. He then takes off his trousers and again washes his hands. Courtney, who had been watching him, says, "You must be a dentist." Gary, surprised, says, "Yes, how did you figure that out?" "Easy," Courtney replies. "You keep washing your hands." One thing leads to another and they make love. After it's over, Courtney says, "You must be a good dentist." Gary, now with an inflated ego, says, "Sure, I'm a good dentist, but how did you figure that out?" Courtney replies, "I didn't feel a thing."
I don't want that one this week.
Oh, at least it's not you this time.
That was good.
I cop the brunt of it most weeks. So.
My wife's not going to read that one.
A young man named Craig goes into the job centre in Melbourne and sees an ad for a gynecologist's assistant. Interested, he goes to learn more. For those watching, it's Marchie. That's his real name. "Can you give me some more details on this job?" Craig asks the clerk, Chad. Chad pulls up the file and says, "The job entails getting the women ready for the gynecology consult. You have to help them out of their underwear, lay them down, and carefully wash their private regions. Then apply shaving foam and gently shave off the hair. Then rub in soothing oils so that they're ready for the examination. There's an annual salary of $175,000, but you're going to have to go to Perth. Craig asks, "Oh, is that where the job's at?" Chad replies, "No, sir, that's where the end of the line is right now."
No, I don't do that at work. And I don't get paid $175,000. Stop it.
I didn't have to say nothing. He just
Give me the look.
He fell straight in. You know what I mean?
Choose your words a bit better, Gary. You got one more?
Yeah.
All right. 4 friends named Kylie, Courtney, Dean, and Corey, and Chris, well, that's 5, spend weeks planning the perfect girls' getaway trip, shopping, casinos, massages, and facials. 2 days before the group is to leave, Chris's husband puts his foot down and tells her she isn't going. Chris's friends are very upset that she can't go, but what can they do? 2 days later, they get to the hotel only to find Chris sitting in the bar drinking a glass of wine. Wow, how long have you been here? And how did you talk your husband into letting you go? Well, I've been here since last night. Yesterday afternoon I was sitting on the lounge and my husband came up behind me and put his hands over my eyes and said, "Guess who?" I pulled his hands off to find he was wearing his birthday suit. He took my hand and led me to our bedroom. The room was scented with perfume, had 24 candles and rose petals all over. On the bed he had handcuffs and ropes. He told me to tie and cuff him to the bed, so I did. And then he said, "Now you can do whatever you want." So here I am.
I like the ones when you're picking on him more.
It'll be next week.
All right, I'll do some research.
I'll tell you what, we probably have to do it. Can we do it from the live show and we bring back some of the best ones and we redo them again?
Can't be the giblets.
The giblets.
Giblet and
wasn't
the
it
giblets.
the robe and the postman or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's last day as a postie.
Anyway, once again, we appreciate you, what you all do for the show and having you on every week. And next week is our last week for me and you for a couple of weeks.
On the Love Boat.
We are going to try bring back James Fisher Harris.
That is the mission.
I think we're going on the wrong side of the island, though.
Oh, shit.
He'll crawl over broken glass.
You might find him while you're ziplining.
But, so next week will be our last week for a couple of weeks, and might get you guys to man the fort or something like that for a couple of weeks, and we're going for a romantic holiday.
See what we can do for you.
Romantic.
Give your meat a good old rub.
With the kids.
We're sharing a cabin with 2 kids.
Yeah, but that's why they got kids club.
You're going to send a 14-year-old to the kids club?
No.
They go to sleep.
True.
I thought you were taking Chris with you then.
Yeah, oh, yeah, kids, fair enough. Anyway, thanks again. We appreciate everything, and we'll catch you next week. All right, guys, we'll take a short break and be back shortly.
Hello.
Hello, Jade, is it?
Yeah, who's this?
How you going? It's Smitter from the Nighttime Podcast. You entered a competition at the Next Level Takeaway for a signed Knights jersey.
Yeah.
We're just letting you know that you have been the winner.
Oh, thank you.
So thanks very much for supporting the cause. And yeah, you have won the Knights signed jersey, and we'll get it to you as soon as possible.
Okay, cool.
No worries, and you're live on the show too, so you'll be able to hear yourself on the show tomorrow when it comes out.
Okay then. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much.
It's all right. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. So that was we did a little help for a guy that's struggling with renal failure. He's in the final stages, so we didn't have much at the time, so we just got a Knights jersey signed and gave it to the Next Level, and everyone that come in and bought a burger at the time or whatever, they donated some money, and we just gave a jersey for him to give away. So that's what that was. So we'll go straight in with it still, and we're just up to are we up to now, guys?
That's the team list.
The team list. Team list Tuesday.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Extreme Indoor Go-Karting at Waters
Can't wait.
Bay.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Oh.
She is going into the wall.
Me?
Yes.
Well,
Aggressive?
And
Oh,
you can
very
go
aggressive,
you
isn't
can
it?
get
Oh
on
my
top of him
God.
again. That was fun.
what about on the go-karts?
Well,
Yeah,
you can do that too.
I'm going to say, I hope you
But
pull my
The
headphones.
thing was, Margie, I'll
You're
tell
a
you
Ford
now,
driver.
because be
Yeah, I'm gonna
careful of
beat
him
Yep.
and the ginger cat,
Yeah, right.
because they have a strategy to try and jam you into the wall.
What was that word again?
Strategy.
You got it.
Strategy.
Got it back. Got
And
it back.
you know what? It didn't work.
Didn't it?
No.
Because, yeah, they did. They ran me that hard. I saw my seatbelt come
Oh, I
off.
bet you were.
But
We
who,
ran
who
him
won the
hard.
trophy? Who won the trophy?
The thing was,
For the best
hang on.
man,
he pays them and he gets up the front. We can't catch him.
Can't catch him.
No, there's a little thing called qualifying. And I qualified second, was it?
Yeah, because you're up the front. Where am I?
Coming up the rear end.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Look out,
anyway,
Chris.
so it's going to be great this year. It's going to be a full day. It's going to be we're having trophies, everything. It's going to be the Purnell Trophies Sign Shop Cup. We're going to have looks like we're going to have some celebrities there too. So there'll be a celebrity race. Yeah, it is going to be one full day. So stay tuned for more of that. And getting closer to the day, we might even see if we can give away a few passes to come and have a ride.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. That.
On the go-karts as well.
Definitely.
That'd be good.
Anyway, let's get into the team list for this week. We'll start off with probably the game of the round. The Knights up against the Dolphins. The two brothers, Saifidi brothers, up against excuse me, each other for the first time. Not a lot of changes. Only one that I'm not very happy with. I just don't think that Adam Elliott, after not playing all year, no trials either, can come straight back into the side. And Brady Jones gets pushed out to 18th man. I just don't think that's the right thing to do. I think he should have find his way back through Cup. And yeah, personal opinion, but
Even before Jack Hetherington and all that, you know.
yeah, well, I just think Brady's form's been solid.
Yep, always. Good
yeah.
bloke.
I mean, you look at the Dolphins, mate. They've got a good team on paper.
That'll be hard to
I was
beat.
just saying to Gary that Max Plaff, I like him.
Oh yeah,
He's a good player.
Yep.
God, he's like his old man, isn't he?
He come in last year into that team through injuries, and I don't think he's going to lose a spot. I think he's there permanent. Very good player.
I think he got the Dolphins players player last year.
Yeah, yeah.
The only one, the one I'm a little bit iffy about, Cody Nicarima. I personally probably would have put Sean O'Sullivan in for Cody Nicarima. Personally, I just think Cody might be coming towards the end, and yeah, I rate Sean. On his day, Sean was not a bad halfback.
Their professor's back, Mark Nichols.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to take the Knights because it's home, and yeah, I think we can. I reckon it'll be a packed stadium there.
For a Thursday, you reckon we'll get a good crowd at 8 o'clock on Thursday?
First game. It'll be pretty fair bit there. But even the match up in the forwards, you know, Thompson and Kafusi, Saifidi and Saifidi.
That's
That'll
going to
be good.
It's going to be cracking. Yeah.
So yeah, Knights to me, Gary.
I've got to go to the Dolphins in a close one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The same. I'm thinking the Dolphins in a very tight one. It should be.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think just those couple of players back for the Dolphins will make a big difference.
You do know who
To their
your
side. Yeah, I
other
know.
half supports.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Cody Nicarima to get man of the match.
Cody Nicarima, man of the
I was waiting for you to bite.
Corey.
I'm going the Knights at home.
Knights
Yes.
home.
Yeah.
You too good, too strong.
Oh, they'll just get over the line. The crowd will just get them over the line.
Fair enough. Courtney.
I'm going the Knights.
Of course you would.
Of course I would. But yeah, I just don't see the Dolphins doing as good this year. I'm not a massive fan of Wayne Bennett, but I'm thinking
Lose at
they
South now.
might. Yeah, I think they might take a bit of a hit this year. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's anyone's game, but I'm going to go
Christian
with
Wolf
the
is a
Knights.
good coach, but he,
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot over in England.
yeah,
He's been really
St.
good.
Helens the two
Yeah.
consecutive.
Yep, yep.
See how the boys rally this time. With
True.
a new coach.
I like this game. I think this game will be pretty good, to be honest. Warriors up against the Bin Chickens, Manly, Warringah, Seagulls.
The Warriors couldn't play any worse than what they did.
No, at home, I think they'll change. I think Fish and Barnett will gel a lot better. I mean, they've got a pretty good forward pack there. Like you got Fisher Harris, Barnett, Capewell, Nakora.
Yep.
Pretty good pack. I think the only thing I'm with Elliott. I think Roger Tuivasa probably has to go back to fullback. But there, where do you put Charles? Do you put Charles at 6?
Well, he has played there before.
Actually, I'll probably put him in the centres. Maybe move Adam
Pompey to the wing. They can shuffle the decks there in the back line.
Oh, but Tommy Turbo was killing it.
Yep.
Cherry Evans, he just gets better. He's just every year he just seems to be getting better and better.
I wasn't a Luke Brooks fan, and he's proved me wrong.
The best thing he did was went to Manly. He got away from the Tigers, and he's last year I thought was probably his best season
him and
for a
his
long
Weber.
time.
Him and his Weber.
His Weber. I bet he was happy about that. I hope the Warriors play a lot better. It'd be a good game.
I'd have to. Did you see the hit that Hamali
On the Matty John show?
did on the Matty John show?
Yes.
Oh.
Run straight as tall as he can. That was funny as.
Has he got any ribs left?
He smashed him.
Oh, didn't he? What?
Smashed him.
He goes, I'm going to rip him apart.
You know,
Not good eye,
remember what Hamali said afterwards? Do you think I will get suspended for that?
That's the biggest setup.
Would you? Yeah, you'd run around.
Oh, you got to look at it, seriously, you got to look at the bloke and think, no, I'm not doing that. What? No way.
I'll give him credit. Like, he must be getting paid good.
Oh, he'd have to be on good money.
But I might take the Warriors in an upset here.
Yep. Classy.
I'm thinking on their form last week, I can't go past Manly.
I'm with you
as long
there.
as I don't want to say that, but
It's a hard one.
I think just on their form, Warriors have got a lot more improving to do to match it with Manly.
I just don't think they could play as badly as they did over in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping back at home things will change, but it's going to be hard to go past Manly, like you said. But Luai Hopewade, he wasn't even in the top 30 at the start of the year. Like, he's a gun, mate. Like, honestly.
He's keeping Tommy Talau out.
Yeah. But anyway,
Boat boy.
Manly for you, was it?
Yeah, Manly for me, yeah.
Manly.
Manly?
Burger, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, Manly.
Berger, Manly
Burger,
fan.
Yeah, he's a big Manly fan.
Fair enough.
Hard one for me because I think the Warriors seem to play very good at home, as you said. I don't know, it's just the whole atmosphere over there, so they seem to play a lot better. It's a hard one because Manly's been going really good, what we've seen so far. I'm kind of in the middle here. I can't really pick. If I had to
Just
put,
one, Kylie.
if I had to put a bet,
Kylie. Courtney.
had to put a bet on,
Sorry.
I'd probably go Manly.
Good. Okay, next.
Good. There we go.
Oh, sorry. Can no one else just talk? Just you?
Oh, the old man has spoken.
Oh, so I'll just go. See ya.
Just as well, you twos are on the other end of the table.
It might be a fight, actually.
Leave the punch on to the go-karts.
Oh, it's on.
I'm bringing banana peels.
The next one, this will be a good game, to be honest. I don't think the Roosters will play as badly as they did last week. It's just a shame that Spencer's not playing against his old team. But Penrith at their new home, at least there might be one team winning there this year. Back at Combank Stadium. Penrith up against the Roosters.
Wrecked.
Has the penny dropped? Yeah, it has now.
I heard you.
But they've lost so many over the last 4 years, the Panthers.
It doesn't phase them.
But it just seems they
It's
just
like shark's teeth. They just keep
They
coming in.
just keep coming forward, don't they?
But I tell you what, seriously, I know I've got a few favourite players. I've got favourite players in different teams. I just love watching them play. Liam Martin.
Yeah, 100%.
And I tell you what, if I'm picking my 13 players out of every team in the comp, Liam Martin is one of my second rows straight away.
Yeah.
If you're going into battle, he's one you want with you. And I tell you, I have been impressed with him, and I reckon he's playing. He's probably his best football he has in a couple of years since leaving Parramatta. His Papaletti, as I he's
He
coming back.
played
to
one
some-
good year and then he sort of backed off a little bit for Para.
Because he was
good
playing,
in Para, I thought.
he was playing in a pretty not good Tigers side when he was there either. So, yeah, we did. Yeah, dependent for me.
Jack Cole, unsure about him still at 5'8". So where's the new fella that they got from Parramatta?
Oh, he's injured.
Yeah, injured,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tulagi.
That's him.
Yep.
Blaze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blaze. But they've got
Tulagi.
Snyder on the
Yeah, Rob's son.
Rod. Yeah, Rob's back.
Rob Snyder's son.
Yeah, Rob's. Yeah.
Yeah.
not group hugs
I know
again.
when my bread is buttered, I'm taking the Panthers, Gaz.
Panthers.
Panthers for me, yeah,
Panthers.
definitely.
You're not riding the Roosters
No,
first time?
no, rather
Okay.
rather the Cats.
Okay. Courtney.
Panthers.
Panthers it is.
Was that short enough for you, Gary?
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
The Drag Queens and the Rabbits.
Too many injuries for South, this I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon the Dragons will be too strong. You look at them on paper, they've got a pretty good side. Guffo was pretty ordinary last week, so I think he'll change again. Valentine Holmes was similar.
I don't think Lockie Ilias played his best game either. He's still going to take a bit of time to work into that number 7 role for us. Blake Laurie returns with the injury to Couchman, so unlucky for him.
Yeah, well, hopefully Clemmer can get over there soon and get a start.
And watch out for number 7 for South, Jamie Humphries. He's actually keeping that Lewis Dodd out of a first grade spot.
He played a good game last
He
week.
did, and I reckon
He's got a good
he's one to
kicking game.
watch going forward.
Is it Jai Gray, the one with the little
Yeah,
little
Fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a good fullback, isn't he?
Yeah. Little pocket rocket.
Yeah, he goes off.
He's in everything, wasn't he?
I like those little dudes like that, especially like the Storms, as we'll get in a minute. But Dragons?
Yes.
Yeah, Dragons for me too.
Courtney?
Yeah, I'm probably going to tip the Dragons.
That's a unanimous decision there. This one, as bad as the Cowboys played, back up there, I think things will change. Yes, the Sharks played good, but I don't know. I just don't think the Cowboys could play that badly again. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I think it hinges on Duffy. They've spooked him up, saying that he's the man for the job. Well, he wasn't in the game last week.
He's got to stand up and be
He's
the
got
man.
to stand up and be the man. He's got to lead that team around. He's got a decent team there. He just needs to be heard and do his thing.
And saying that too, Dearden and Drinkwater have got to support him as well and say, well, come on, let's go. We'll take you under our wing. I'm going to take the Cowboys because it's up there. And I'm still not convinced. I know a lot of people think Nico Hines is, I don't think he's a 7.
No.
He needs to go back to 1.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe move Will Kennedy to 6 and push Trindle to 7.
I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even put Will Kennedy out of fullback. I'd put Nico Hines at 14.
Ooh, they're fighting words.
Honestly, at fullback, I think that would be Nico's best spot. I reckon you could probably see the form that he once had at the Storm. I just think he's been playing out of position, and I tell you what, it's a coach has got to start thinking with their brain too. Is what is it doing to his mental health?
Yeah.
So then it's struggling on the park as well.
Yep.
Start using your brains, mate, and start thinking of the welfare of your players. So, Cowboys, Gaz?
Sharks.
I'm thinking Sharks myself.
Sharks.
Yeah, I'm going Sharks too.
Odd one out.
In your own boat, mate.
He likes the Cowgirls.
Oh,
Down the
I thought you were talking about him.
Yeah, he likes the Cowgirls. He's on the Cows this week.
Better than liking a cowboy.
Oh.
Anyway, well, we love giving it to each other here. The Raiders and the Broncos.
This is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah. Going on form, the Raiders were good.
They got them at 4:35.
Have they?
Saturday, 7:35.
I can't go past the Broncos, to be honest. Like you look how they played last week.
They've got a strong team this year.
Yep,
and
Broncos
that
for
showed.
me.
And they've got a good coach now.
There's probably four players that you could have called man of the match last week. In my opinion. Like I called Reynolds. I thought he had a blinder.
Reynolds
him
did great.
and Hunter just they got that combination straight up.
Won't be cold in Canberra at this time of year either.
I tell you what, there's a player that we let go, and Noah Mondi, and now he's found a home at the Broncos. Gamet Shibasaki.
Yeah. Yep.
So Broncos for me.
Broncos.
Bronx.
Broncos.
Broncos
Unanimous.
it is.
Now the most important one.
Yep.
Tigers easy.
This could be.
Oh, shut
Write
up.
this one off.
No, honestly, I reckon this could be go either way. This
Equal.
could go either way. Like,
Equally as shit. Sorry, what?
the Eels could bounce back. Sean Lane back.
Couple of changes in there too.
Buller's
I'd like
back.
to say they're going to win, but that's coming from a Parramatta supporter.
That was another thing that I forgot to mention. Sorry, Corey, just before I forget. Royce Hunt.
Yeah.
Why was he not suspended? That went unnoticed as well. In the scrum, he threw a punch at what's his
Cracker.
name? At Matt Cracker.
Yeah.
That's what it all come at.
Did he even get a fine?
Didn't get fined, didn't get cited, didn't nothing.
Didn't get pulled
Threw a
over.
punch.
Yeah, right.
So, okay, I'm a coach. I have that in my bank. One of my players throws a punch, they suspend him. I say, there you go.
Yeah, go back to this. Yep.
So that's what that little altercation or that was from. Anyway, they were good mates after it, hugged and kissed and carried on, but, leave it on the field as you do, but it happened. I'm going to take the Eels.
Eels and Longy for 2 tries.
I reckon they're going to come back. And,
Yeah, I think I'm going the Oils. I'm going with my heart on that one.
Tigers for me, just toss of the coin though.
I think it all depends on how Luai's going to play.
Yep.
See, Buller's back as well, so I like him at the full.
Oh, yeah, true.
It also depends on how Lomax is going to play because I don't think he's in the right position, to
He's
be
not.
honest.
He's a winger and a winger only.
And he's a great player and he's just not performing like the game last week. They were just standing around in that first half, standing around confused. The ball went flying past them and they're all standing there going,
So Tago,
we should get that. It was awful.
so Tago must be injured too for Parramatta, the winger. Yeah, not Isaac, the other one. Is it Jacob? Is it?
Yeah, he did. He went down last week
Yeah.
during the game. So he's a good player, good player as well. But
What are you going for?
I'm going Tigers.
like a Tiger.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go Eels. I got paint to watch dry on that day, but I prefer to pick one. Go
God,
Eels.
you're pushing it, girl.
Next one. This one should be a pretty easy one, you would think, especially back at where are we? Belmore Sports Ground. The Bulldogs up against the Titans. You look at the Bulldogs team. God, they're looking pretty good.
Yep.
Kurt Mann's been named again at 13, but will they pull a Swifty and move Jamin Semmon in and Kurt Mann back to the bench like they did last week, right on kickoff? Dogs for me. Too big, too strong.
Do you think
But-
they should be doing that? Like if the team comes out, it should stay that way, do you think?
Oh, they're allowed to do it. I think it's up to an hour before kickoff. But what comes out now, unless there's an injury through the week, probably should stay that way.
Yeah, dogs for me.
Well, how's Kurt Mann going to go with the big shiner? Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going to take weeks to go
Yeah.
down. Like he
The
can't.
needle will fix it.
He can't play like that.
Yeah, no, he's good to
As long
go.
as he can see.
Yeah.
That's
But
all.
if he
that's
gets
all
bumped
that-
again,
that-
like that could.
You see players playing with their broken ribs and everything
Yeah,
these
that's
days. You know, like a busted eyes.
As he said,
Year on him and
As he said, but
yeah,
as he said,
nails.
it looks worse than what it is.
Yeah.
Dogs for me. Anytime they
dogs.
play at Belmore too, like everyone who loves going and watching that. Has anyone been to Belmore Sports Ground to watch a game ever there?
No.
I haven't been to Belmore.
It's just a great atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Good to see Regan Campbell-Gillow getting his first shot. And you got a pretty good team when you got Chris Randall on the bench.
Well, this is our first look at the Titans this year because they had a bye last
By
week.
last week. And now their grounds are all under.
So dogs for me, Gaz.
Dogs.
Yeah.
In the kennel, doggies.
Yeah, I'm going to go dogs as well.
And that is our tips for this week. Yeah, so...
Don't take them to heart either.
no, but...
Don't put your house on
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
Anyway, guys, we're going to take a short break and we'll come and wrap it all up. All right, guys, it's time to wrap it up. But just before we go, first of all, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for coming on board and doing everything they do for us. Went down to Harry Schnitzel's on the weekend and had a schnitzel. God, it was good.
Can't beat 'em.
Some good stuff coming from Hip Pocket Workwear. Hopefully next week before I go, I might be able to show it off for you. And don't forget, we'll be launching the Hip Pocket Workwear and Next Level Workplace of the Week. And also we're doing, we've got two, but we're going to let one off this week and then we'll let the next one off the week after. We have the motorised scooter, esky, 49cc esky.
How fun are they, eh?
I can see Marshy on that.
Would be black helmet.
It's
Beer
a
flying out the side.
49cc esky, donated by the Crazy Lady and the Smitter Foundation to the show. So all you have to do to win that is you have to watch for the code word during the show and either email us, which the email will come up on the bottom of the screen, or inbox us, and you're in the draw. And that'll happen every week to the final week, and we'll just randomly put them all in, and someone's going to win it.
One will drop out.
And no, we cannot win it,
Oh,
unfortunately.
God, no. Not again.
What'd you say? No, garden no.
I'm going to quit the show so I can end up.
All right.
Win it.
You'll have all
This
these.
is my last appearance.
No one on the panel.
So all you got to do is watch for the code word. We won't even know the code word. It'll be put up by the editor, and you won't miss it. So yeah, email it to the email address below, and you'll be in the draw. And but we also have a second one that we're going to give away, and it is next week. We're going to give more information for it, but it is a beauty too. It's a signed jersey of any team of your choice, in a glass top table and chairs. Yeah, it is mint. Thanks to
Bespoke Memorabilia Designs.
Yeah, so check them out. They've also got a special on this week, I believe. So if you want to get one beforehand, check them out. They're absolutely mint. And we've got a lot of stuff coming through. We've got we might even launch the fridges starting from next week too. 2 fridges, thanks to Chateau de Fairhall again, Chris Champion Blake. So we'll launch that so you can get into that and get some entries in. Plus we have something pretty special coming in the next couple of weeks too. So yeah, stay tuned. But next week will be my last one for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, so off for the dear wife and the kids. Try to bring James Fisher Harris home.
So who's steering the boat?
Oh, he's
Said the wrong words, Margie. Said the wrong
They were
words.
the right words, mate.
Yeah.
maybe we might have to. You might have to.
I think I'm busy.
You up the front of the back.
Oh, the esky.
So anyway, hopefully we'll still get something on for you. But yeah, unfortunately, just coincides with our lovely holiday that's well overdue that we need. So won't be for too long, but mate, thanks for coming in, Margie.
No drama. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed tonight, actually. Good to see your faces again, and nice to meet you. And
Nice to meet you too, Margie.
Looking forward to it.
Get you
That's
on
good.
again.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be back. I might have someone special next time I come back.
That'll be great.
We did speak about earlier. We'll keep that card to our chest for the moment. So
How'd
we'll
you-
work out some dates.
How'd you enjoy the lounge?
The lounge is awesome. Pretty comfy, but definitely an ottoman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a Chris, not a Paul, an ottoman.
Yeah, not a man.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Anyway,
He's still
so,
there.
mate, also while you're here too, I'd like to thank you for coming on board and supporting not just the show this year, but for everything you do for my foundation, the Smitter Foundation too, mate. You're you're a massive help, and we do really appreciate what you do for us.
No, always a pleasure, and like I say, it's a good cause, and I'll always say it's a good cause because it's it helps a lot of people out, and we saw that just before Christmas. It was a good afternoon and a good evening too, running around for the kids with the lights and stuff too. So it all goes to a good cause, and I'm always happy to be on board when it's something like that. It is something that's close to my heart as well. The old dog's a pretty nasty character, and
100%.
So I've been down that path myself personally, I can't help enough. You've definitely got my 100% support with that thing.
We appreciate that big time. And it's, it's no secret. I suffer from it. And I was only about probably 3 weeks ago. I had a breakdown.
Yep.
Putting probably too much pressure on myself too, and we fight to get out of it. And unfortunately, some people aren't that lucky. So that's what my goal is through my journey, and is to, if we can save even one person's life from it, well, that's like I said the other day, we're all here for a purpose in life, and that's my calling, is to change the whole mental health issue, and the bullying as well, because that's getting terrible in schools, and
100%.
and the suicide and stuff. Unfortunately, someone close to my daughter knew today. They decided to end their life, and
that's
I didn't know it personally, but it's still terrible. So if you're having any drama, sing out. Like, if it's not to Lifeline, if it's not to Beyond Blue or whatever, it's even the Smitter Foundation. Just drop us a message, and somebody will be able to talk to you. Don't bottle it up.
Ring a mate, ring a pal.
You've always got your mates out there. It's a pride thing, I think, with especially with the blokes. It is a pride thing. It's like going to the doctor. You don't go to the doctor. You should go. For anything minor. It could turn into something major. Well, it's no different. It's no different with mental health. If you don't speak, it's not going to get fixed.
100%.
It won't fix itself. It never will. But the more you can talk, I think the better off you'll feel and you'll be. It's definitely, mate. Ring a mate. Do something.
And we're gonna do a lot for that with the foundation this year. So it's something I'm very excited about, and it's close to my heart. And
I'm very on board with this too. I actually lost my best friend through suicide.
I mean, everyone's been touched by it
100%.
somewhere. Unfortunately, I've had 3, and it's stuff like that brings you back to reality.
And to be honest, like, it scares the absolute living shit out of me, because, I've got 4 kids, and some of them are, in their 20s, but it still doesn't matter. They go through some rough times, but it's also my younger ones at the moment too, going through school and bullying, and
it's the ages, even like my girls at 17, 14, they're in that generation of...
Well, not just that too, but I look at Corey, I know we're supposed to be wrapping this up, but we'll just have a quick chat. I look at Corey. Corey went through a lot last year, without going into details, and, I was concerned for Corey.
Yeah, we were here for him.
And, you don't know what he's going to do. He could get pushed that far. I was close to doing it. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't probably for Kylie and the kids and that, I probably wouldn't be here today. Without going through a lot of things, a lot of things will come out in a documentary that we're doing. But the thing is, my whole point is, doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what colour you are, if you're grey like Gary, or, if you're female like Courtney and Kylie, we all suffer it. Don't bottle it up. And I tell you what, 24/7, the Smitter Foundation is available.
And don't forget to follow your foundation on Instagram and Facebook.
My goal is eventually to have a full-time counsellor, 24/7 available online for support. You reckon I'll get there?
Yep.
Keep pushing it.
I will.
Actually,
Sky's the limit, mate.
I'm not sure if we touched on this last week, but remember you got nominated for the Citizen of the Year for this.
No, hang on. My name might have got nominated for the Citizen of the Year for it. representing the whole team.
Representing the whole team, yes.
It's not an I. It's, and I got runner up, which is, you know, I felt pretty honoured. But I wanted to win it for one reason, because I wanted to get up there and I wanted to say, I'm grateful for this award, but it's not an award for me. It's an award for my team, and I had all you guys that have been involved, and I wanted to acknowledge you because there's no I in team.
But if it wasn't for your foundation, then, and what you've created and whatnot, mate, you know what I mean? I get you put a lot of hard work and tears and soul into this.
Oh, yeah, it's only just beginning, mate. So, anyway, we've gone off at a tangent, and
again.
Yeah, but we love the show, and it just shows how passionate we are about it. But yeah, can't wait to do some more. And yeah, there's some extra special stuff coming, some live shows that I can't say too much about, but some on location and some in here, and it may not be under this name. So stay tuned. But till next week,
it's all about league. I'm taking over Corey's job.
You can have it.
I like big men. Big men. I like big men.
I like big men and I cannot lie. Cranky prick.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it does.
You know to be like that. Going into the spec.